live from the stadium, here's Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight from Crispin Field in Berwick, it's the Bulldogs against the Warriors of Wyoming area. I am Jim Doyle along with Andy Ulickney and Chris Algard. The producer of this broadcast is Ashlyn Walshaw. A marquee matchup tonight at venerable Crispin Field as the Bulldogs go against the Warriors of Wyoming area, a matchup of two teams, 5-0 coming into the game. Unless there's monumental upsets the rest of the way, the winner of this game will likely be the Wyoming Valley Conference Division II champion for 2025. Unless there are monumental upsets along the way, the winner of this game will likely be the number one seed for the upcoming District 2 3A playoffs, which could mean as many as 3 postseason home games. So there's a lot riding on this one. Berwick comes in with wins over Lake Lehman, Mid-Valley, Lackawanna Trail, Hazelton area, and Hanover area. Bulldogs averaging over 40 points a game and giving up just 8.8 points a game. Wyoming area with wins over Crestwood, Dallas, Western Wayne, Lakeland, and Tunkhannock. The Warriors averaging over 36 points a game, giving up only 11 points a game. So a terrific matchup as we head for weekend number 6 of the 2025 high school football season. Andy Ulickney with us for Bulldogs football. And Andy, you and I have had the privilege, and I use that word privilege, of broadcasting a lot of big games at Crispin Field over the years. This one certainly qualifies.
Yeah, 2 undefeated teams coming in. Both programs have that great legacy of winning. Right now, Wyoming area has been the standard bearer of the last decade or so. Berwick wants to regain that type of title, and it all comes down to who can win here. And this will set up pretty much the seeding in the districts as to probably who's going to be number 1 and 2, and who gets the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. You're right, Jim. This is big.
A lot of storylines coming into this one. One of my favorite is Wyoming area giving up very, very few yards in the rushing game. In fact, just 64.2 yards a game. Ty Wilkerson by himself averaging over 200. So that obviously is one to keep a look at.
Yeah, and I don't think Wyoming area is going to leave its base 52 defense. I think they'll cheat people up into the box. They realize they can't let Ty Wilkerson get himself started. They got to pin him in at the line of scrimmage, stuff all the gaps, have the safeties ready to come up. But can they do it? No one's been able to do it so far. Ty Wilkerson comes at you from so many different looks and formations, additional blockers, wildcat, and he's just such a talent. He's such a talent.
Wyoming area would appear to have a big edge in the passing department. Jack Ravine's throwing for over 90 yards a game, while Berwick has completed only 5 passes on the season. Berwick hasn't thrown the ball, but we think they can.
Yeah, and how soon does Berwick go to the variations in the offense and, run Ty Wilkerson, but when do they open it up with the pass? When do they run the quarterback? When do they try different things? And it's one of the keys I'm looking at. I think it's going to be, let's see how it goes. What can they do against Ty Wilkerson? You hate to waste a play and not call Ty Wilkerson's number, because on any given play, he can take it 70 yards for you. But I think if you have a team that's keyed up really to stop that one element of your offense, then you need some variety to be able to make it go in other ways.
Andy will be by later with the keys to tonight's game. When we return, we'll hear from Randy Spencer, the head coach of the Warriors of Wyoming area. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
For 10 years, Ken Pollock Ford has been proud to serve our neighbors, families, and our community. Celebrate with us during Ford Truck Month with leases on 2025 Ford F-150 starting at just $4.99 a month. Need tires? Buy 3 select tires. Get the 4th for just $1. Ken Pollock Ford is honored to be your Ford President's Award-winning dealer, and we can't wait to serve you for the next 10 years. Ken Pollock Ford, Front Street, Berwick, or KenPollockFord.com, where community and care come standard. See dealer for complete details. Offer expires 9/30/25.
Chapin Oil in Escapec has been keeping your families warm and comfortable for generations. But Chapin Oil is much more than just heating oil. You'll also find a full-service gas station with ethanol-free fuel, plus a cozy coffee shop serving up the best lattes and espresso, and fresh-baked treats and donuts every day. Stop by, grab a treat, and say hello to your friends at Chapin Oil in Escapec, proud supporters of the Berwick Bulldogs.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
Buying or selling a home isn't just about real estate. It's about community, trust, and finding the right fit for your future. And nobody knows Berwick like Mark Nespoli with eXp Realty. Mark's your neighbor, rooted right in Berwick, with a passion for helping people find their perfect home, which is why he's also a top producing agent nationwide. So when it's time for your next move, choose the agent who knows the Berwick market and the community inside and out. Mark Nespoli, eXp Realty. Visit the570realtor.com or visit at Mark Nespoli on Facebook. Mark Nespoli, Berwick's hometown realtor.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick High School Marching Band, directed by Anthony McDonald, entertaining here at Crispin Field prior to this matchup of unbeaten's Berwick against Wyoming area. Despite having played a very challenging schedule today, Wyoming area enters tonight's game with a perfect 5-0 record. Veteran head coach Randy Spencer explains the strength of his team.
Well, I just think we've had some, in the beginning of the year, some very talented skill players. Some of them were a little inexperienced, but over the course of the first 5 games, they really have been able to demonstrate their playmaking abilities. So, starting with Jack Ravine has come on as first-year quarterback, dual threat. He's run the ball well. He's thrown the ball well. On the outside, Luke Kopechny returned as that all-state receiver, and he's more than lived up to that billing, having outstanding year actually on both sides of the ball. Our running backs, Tristan Johnson and Nick Champy, who plays both running back and slot receiver, has really done a great job and been productive in both running the ball and throwing the ball. And we've turned Josh Marook healthy this year. He has been an outstanding defensive player for several years, but he came back off a little bit of an injury from last year, and really, very versatile offensively. He's played at tight end, he's played out wide, he's played in the backfield, and really become a great weapon for us there as well. So, just very productive playmaking from our skill guys. And up front, we had returned 2 linemen from last year, Chase Kogolski and Max Getze, who's got great measurables at 6'4", 290s and FCS level recruit as the anchors of our front. And a few inexperienced players have really matured and developed into their roles up front. Brad Bond, Aiden Allardyce, and Logan O'Malley to round us out up front. So that group has been working and improving every week, and it's just been very, very productive. So I think in those respects, that's kind of where we're at.
Well, this is a great matchup with both teams at 5-0, game at Crispin Field. Obviously, stopping Berwick is containing or stopping Ty Wilkerson. No one has done that just yet. You sure have seen a lot of him. What specific instructions do you give your defenders concerning him to try to contain him?
Again, so it starts with the player. When you can feature a Division I level recruit of Tamir's caliber, and the start he's gotten off to, first back to 1,000 yards over the course of 5 games this season. It's really not about stopping him. It's about doing our best to contain him. So it starts with obviously being aware of him and, just first and foremost his speed, because he'll be the fastest player on the field. So you've got a kind of an area where, you have an opportunity to potentially affect him and make plays. But if he beats you to those spots, nobody's going to catch him. So it's really about the combination of being aware of Tamir and his abilities, but also the positions that Coach Curry does such a good job of putting him in, using multiple sets, shifts and motions, some Wildcat +1 looks with him, and just also being aware of what can come off of those, and just playing as fundamentally sound as you can. Obviously you have to tackle extremely well, but it's not about tackling anywhere on the field. It's going to be, tackling in that area where you have a chance to be effective, which is probably within 5 yards of the football.
Randy Spencer is a 1988 graduate of Wyoming area. Now in his 18th season as the head coach of the Warriors, 124-72 his career record. The crown jewel, obviously, the state championship in 2019 when his team beat Central Valley 21-14 in the AAA final at Hershey. His Warriors come in with a 5-0 record. Berwick against Wyoming area, matchup of unbeatens. We'll check the starting lineups when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank. But did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
Planning for the future doesn't have to be complicated. Attorney Nick Lutz of Cardinal Estate Planning in Berwick will guide you every step of the way. Whether it's protecting your assets, setting up a trust, or ensuring your family is cared for, Cardinal Estate Planning provides personalized solutions for you and your family's needs. Call or sign up on their website to attend a free educational workshop that will give you an understanding of the process and peace of mind knowing your legacy is in good hands. Visit them online at cardinalestateplanning.com. Let them help you plan for tomorrow today.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
Looking for Berwick's hometown realtor? Meet Janae Kalarko of eXp Realty. She loves sports, family, friends, and helping you sell or buy your dream home. Janae works 24/7 to get you the best value and the perfect home. And she makes the process fun, stress-free, and full of good laughs. That's the Janae way. Call or text Janae Kalarko with eXp Realty today. And don't forget to follow her on TikTok and Instagram for tips and real estate updates. Janae Kalarko, eXp Realty, your hometown realtor who works hard and makes it fun.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Just a perfect weather night for high school football here at Crispin Field, home to Berwick football since 1929. Tonight, a battle of unbeatens. The Warriors of Wyoming area, the Bulldogs of Berwick. Here's the starting lineup for Wyoming area. At the tight end, number 21, Josh Baruch. He is a 6'2", 230-pound senior. 5 receptions on the season for 98 yards. He also has carried the ball 10 times for 101 yards and 1 touchdown. Aiden Allardyce is the starting left tackle. He wears number 58. He's 5'10", 205, a senior. Logan O'Malley starts at left guard, number 52. 5'11", 220, a junior. Chase Kragolski is the starting center. Number 55, he's 6 foot, 210, a junior. Brad Bond is the right guard. He wears number 51. He's 5'10", 225, a junior. And the right tackle is Max Gepsy. He wears number 73. He's probably the most imposing player that Berwick will face all season. He is 6'5", 290 pounds, a senior. The best wide receiver that Berwick will face this season is number 8, Luke Kopechny. He is 6'3", 185 pounds, a junior. They don't throw a lot, but when they do, they'll go to Kopechny. 13 catches on the season for 235 yards and 5 touchdowns. Excellent all-around athlete. When his playing days are over at Wyoming area, his decision on college will be basketball or football. Jack Gravine is the starting quarterback. He wears number 6. He is 6'1", 180, a junior. Has completed 50% of his passes on the season for 546 yards, 7 touchdowns, just 1 interception. He is a true dual threat quarterback. He has carried the ball 46 times for 418 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 9 yards a carry. At the running back spots, number 0, Trustin Johnson. He is 5'9", 180, a senior, 68 carries, 339 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's filling the big shoes of Lodge Kellum. a player that really had a huge career and a huge game against Berwick last year. Kellum, 25 carries, 225 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He has taken his talents to East Stroudsburg. Nick Champy is another talented running back. He wears number 19. He's 5'9", 180, a senior. 272 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 9 yards a carry. The fullback, number 45, Ben Gravine, the older brother of Jack. Ben is a 6'1", 205-pound senior, missed all of last season, football season that is, with an injury. Came back and track, and he was the Wyoming Valley Conference discus champion, so a good athlete. And we mentioned Nick Champy as a running back. We'll also see him as a flanker. 6 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown. Those are the starters for the Warriors under Randy Spencer in his 18th season as head coach. They averaged over 36 points a game.
Tonight we welcome the Wyoming Area High School Warriors.
90.4 passing.
Head coach by Randy Spencer.
At the tight end, number 9, Gabe Decker. 6'3", 200
21, tight end.
The left tackle, number 56, J.J. Leonard.
Number 58,
6 foot, 265 pounds.
58, Aiden.
The left guard is number 70, Draven Geiger.
Left guard,
He is 5'11", 275 pounds, a senior. Nico Lonzinski starts at center for the Bulldogs. He is 6'1", 280, a junior. The right guard is number 62, Matt Golder, 6 foot, 275, a senior. And the right tackle, number 72, Mike Perry, 5'10", 225, a junior. At the wide receiver position, you'll see number 13, Alex Estrella, 5'11", 175, a senior. Shiloh Escobar, 6 foot, 185, a junior. And number 22, Caleb May, a 5'9", 165 pounds senior.
Number 6,
3 speedsters at the wide out positions. The quarterback is a 9th grader, number 10, Brady Cooper, 5'10", 170 pounds. Berwick has not thrown much. He's just 5 for 17 for 90 yards, a couple of touchdowns, no interceptions. But he is a running threat, as is Jack Ravine of Wyoming area. Brady averaging 10 yards a carry, 20 attempts, 201 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The leading rusher is number 5, Ty Wilkerson, 6'2", 205, a senior, 1,138 yards rushing. We're only halfway through the regular season. Averaging 11.6 yards a carry. He has 17 rushing touchdowns. Last year at Wyoming area, Warriors did a good job against him. 14 carries, 88 yards, and 1 touchdown. They would be thrilled to have those same numbers here tonight. In that game, Berwick trailed by just 14-6 at the half. Wyoming area pulled away in the second half on their way to an 11-2 season, and they made the district finals. The fullback for Berwick, number 99, Everett Snyder, 5'11", 220, a senior. He has done a great job of blocking for these Bulldogs, and that is a trait that really helps Ty Wilkerson as the Bulldogs offense averages 40.6 points per game. Heavy with the rush, 328.6, just 26.4 in the passing department. All for C.J. Curry in his second season as head coach. They come in with a perfect 5-0 record. Both teams about to make their appearance on the field. Keys to tonight's game, Andy Lippman.
Well, from the Berwick point of view, they need to keep up the running success of Ty Wilkerson, Jim. Here in 2025, he just went over the numbers. 98 carries, 1,138 yards. That's 11.6 yards a carry, 227 yards a game. He has great line blocking, great work by the tight ends and the power backs. The line sometimes shifts into an unbalanced formation that not all teams are picking up upon. And sometimes they'll even run from that wildcat. The line's been great. J.J. Leonard, Draven Geiger, Matt Gordner, Mike Barry, 2-center system with Henry Snyder and Nico Lonzinski. They've been very dominant. Now, can they do it against Wyoming area? We'll see. Will they open the same things up? Same with the power backs. They use shifts, they use motion, sometimes telegraphing we're going to run here, sometimes counter, sometimes wildcat, as I mentioned. Guys like Gabe Decker, Everett Snyder, Brock Sims, leading that blocking often at the point of attack with kickouts and power plays. They're not afraid to telegraph when they want to run with the power clubs, but they also can use it for counteractions. Wilkerson gets past that initial hole, and then he uses his power and speed to break it long. Wyoming area has a strong defense. It's a base 52 look with a lot of upperclassmen and a lot of experience.
Let's hear
the
for our
D line does feature big men. You mentioned 6'5", 209 pounds. But also Josh Maruk is a guy everyone's talking about. We see C.J. Curry raving
starting the offense. Number 9,
Jace back to the linebacker area. You talked about Ben Gravine. He's a good one. So it's a good team, a very experienced secondary. All 4 of them are two-way starters back there. Luke Peckney has 2.
56 left tackle, D.G. Leonard.
Jack Ravine is there, and running back Trustin Johnston's there.
At left guard, number 70, Draven
good defense. They hope to plug all the gaps at the line of scrimmage, not let Wilkerson get going.
Number 77,
they're also going to strive to try to get some turnovers, try to strip that ball away. Flip it over, look at the Wyoming area offense. It's nicely balanced and jacked, and it all goes to the quarterback, Jack Ravine. They have a nice running game. Shopping. Also mentioned Baruch with carries, Jim. But these two
number 13, Alex
20 yards a game. That's nice. But add in that dual threat quarterback,
Ravine, number 10,
gets 83.6 yards a game on the ground, running the ball. So the ground game average is 256 yards a game. That's unbelievable.
Give it up for Ty Wilkerson.
I've been very impressed with the Berwick linebackers.
Fullback, number
Gavin
99,
Galusha, Brock Sims. Real standout.
Put your hands together
Everett
for your
Snyder.
2025 Berwick Bulldogs
linebacker, but he's a factor wherever he happens to play. Can Wyoming area pass? Oh, you bet. Very impressively. Gravine throws at 50%, an average of 109 yards a game in the air. Top receiver you mentioned, Luke Kopechny, an all-stater, 13 catches this year, 235 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Nick Ciampi, Josh Maruk will factor into that passing game as well, as does the running back Trustin Johnson. Berwick will be challenged up front. It's an athletic offensive line. The defensive coordinator, Tyson Kelly, is very, very proud of the play of his linebackers in the last game. A lot of blitzing against Hanover. They look to play more in a base in this game, but they'll bring pressure when they need. As stated, Everett Snyder has been very visible last week, as been Gavin Galusha. It may be the biggest test for that pass defense in the Berwick secondary, however. It's a very talented group, but they really haven't been tested so far. Brady Cleaver, Caleb May at the corners. They'll usually hook up at the top wideouts. And in the safeties, a guy like Ty Wilkerson is quite the hitter coming up from free safety, and he prevents any long runs. Alex
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Call rounds out a very strong
Berwick High School band leads us in the Berwick
Wyoming area won the toss, defer to the second half. We'll take a look at Berwick's offense when we return for the kickoff. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hey guys, this is Ray,
Chad,
and
Chad. You're up and up.
So anyway, we're having too much fun here, like you will too if you go to buy a car. We can't even finish a commercial, but if you want a great deal, go to blazegmhazelton.com.
Yeah. On a more serious note, remember we have the lowest price guaranteed.
Or we'll give you $1,000.
Looking for convenient and reliable waste disposal? If you need residential, curbside pickup, or dumpster rentals, EcoFirst Logistics full-service trash service has you covered from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. They're designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly, ensuring what can be saved is sorted out. EcoFirst Logistics also offers roll-off dumpsters for all your construction, demolition, and junk hauling needs. Visit them online or call EcoFirst Logistics, a proud supporter of the Berwick Bulldogs.
Planning for the future doesn't have to be complicated. Attorney Nick Lutz of Cardinal Estate Planning in Berwick will guide you every step of the way. Whether it's protecting your assets, setting up a trust, or ensuring your family is cared for, Cardinal Estate Planning provides personalized solutions for you and your family's needs. Call or sign up on their website to attend a free educational workshop that will give you an understanding of the process and peace of mind knowing your legacy is in good hands. Visit them online at cardinalestateplanning.com. Let them help you plan for tomorrow today.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickasha, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLM Bloomsburg.
Absolutely perfect weather night for high school football here at Crispin Field. Battle of unbeaten Wyoming area against Berwick. The officiating crew, Jim Gordon is the referee. The umpire is Stan Zaneski. Kyle Costello is the linesman. The line judge is John Pekanowski. The side judge is Dave Naraki. And the field judge is Frank McKay. As I mentioned earlier, Wyoming area won the toss, deferred to the second half, so Berwick will get the football, moving from our right to our left. It'll be interesting after Caleb May returned 2 kicks from touchdowns last week. One was called back, another was a 93-yard touchdown. It'll be interesting to see whether teams start kicking away from him, although Gavin Galusha is not a slouch either as a return man. But I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, some teams will start to kick it short. We'll see. Gavin Feeney is a very good kicker for Wyoming area. He's a junior, and he has it teed up. And we're just about set to go with the 29th meeting between Wyoming area and Berwick. Berwick leads the series 21-7, but Wyoming area won last year 42-20.
Kicking from the middle of the 40. There's the soccer-style shot.
Line drive kick. Caleb May fields it on a one hop at the 10 to the 15 to the 20 and almost broke through, but a nice tackle in the open field at the 23-yard line.
Nicholas Bondrowski getting down with a nice short tackle at the knees, Jim, to prevent him from breaking it any further.
Wyoming area defensively across that 5-man front. Josh Baruch and Drew Keating at the ends. Max Dempsey and Chase Rogolski at the tackles. Caden Reynolds is the nose. Ben Gravine and Donovan Miller are the linebackers. Luke Kopechny, Nick Champy are the corners. Trustin Johnson, Jack Gravine are the safeties. 1st and 10. Berwick at their own 23-yard line.
For the 23.
Brady Cleaver operates out of the gun. After a shift, there are 2 blocking backs to the right. Ty Wilkerson gets the call up the middle. He has some running room and he spins out to the 30-yard line. Good first down carry.
Yes, it is, and they're using those 2 blocking backs, Brown Sims and Everett Snyder. They shifted to the right behind the tight end. Ran Ty Wilkerson in that direction. He's going to stretch it for about 7 yards.
2nd down and 3. Bulldogs at their own 30-yard line. This Berwick offense has been terrific, averaging over 40 points a game. Gabe Decker is lined up as a wide receiver to the right. Now out of the Wildcat. No, it's a handoff to Ty Wilkerson. He has the first down and then some over the 35 out to the 36-yard line.
Real nice job running hard off the right side. Again, using the power backs. Using the block of Draven Geiger in there. Also, Mike Berry. Mike Berry is an interesting story, Jim. First-year starter. And yet, C.J. Berry told you on the pregame show, he grades out higher than any of the other linemen. First down.
Back-to-back 7-yard carries for Ty Wilkerson to start this game. Power backs to the right. Wilkerson the call, tries that right side, nothing there, but keeps it going, keeps the legs churning, gets over the 45 to the 46-yard line. The area appeared to have it stuffed, good vision by Ty Wilkerson.
Defensive end crashed down. Everett Snyder hit him, and it was a stalemate. They wanted to run behind the block, but there wasn't room to run, so Wilkerson had to slow down. Then turn north and south. The seam was there, and he got 9 yards on that. So right now, the running game's on fire.
2 7-yard carries by Ty Wilkerson, and then a 9-yard carry, and it's 2nd down and 1. Bulldogs at their own 46.
Not a bad time to mix in a pass.
The blocking back shift to the left side now. Cleaver, tossed sweep to Ty Wilkerson. Looks for some room. He is stood up but he will get the first down up to the 49-yard line. Hudson Sharp
Pick up
getting
the
the stop
first down by Ty Wilkerson.
for Wyoming area.
Miller also coming in from his linebacker spot, but not until he hits the chains. Pitch sweep to the left, and again following the power back. So Berwick wants to outnumber Wyoming area at the point of attack. They are, and then the tough running by Wilkerson.
First and 10, Berwick at their own 49-yard line. Nico Lonsinski, the center, over the football there. Cleaver out of the gun. Wilkerson to his left. Toss, sweep, fake. Cleaver keeps it, has some running room. The 45 and 40. He's down the sideline. He's going to go the distance. 10-5, touchdown, Brady Cleaver. After all that running by Ty Wilkerson, he faked to him. The pitch gets all kind of attention. Cleaver takes advantage. 51 yards for the score.
A fake pitch to the left. Wilkerson goes to the right, and he wanted to take it wide, but Everett Snyder again, stymied in his block on the defensive end, creates a stalemate. At that point, Brady Cleaver cuts it against the grain and continues against the grain through the linebacker level, through the secondary, and then off to the races as he breaks free.
Fifth rushing touchdown of the season for the 9th grade quarterback. Caleb Yost will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ashton Smith. The kick is up. The kick is good.
Extra point
on the field.
Caleb Yost is good. Berwick 7.
Wyoming area nothing.
Wyoming area 0.
What's worse than being broken down on the side of the road, and who's going to fix it without disrupting your life and cash flow? Since 2023, Wolfie's Automotive, 435 Washington Street, Berwick, has been keeping drivers on the road with the best prices and the shortest lead times. From large and extensive repairs to routine oil changes and even auto detailing, they are honest, dependable, and will have you back in business in no time. Wolfie's Automotive in Berwick, the local, trustworthy mechanic. Just see it for yourself.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
In this battle of unbeatens, Berwick draws first blood. They take the only kickoff. They go on a 77-yard scoring drive on 5 plays. 51-yard touchdown run by 9th grade quarterback Brady Cleaver. Caleb Yost with the extra point. 7-0 Bulldogs, 9:24 to go in the first.
Yeah, nice fake with the pitch to the left, and then good smart running. Again, he wanted to run behind Everett Snyder. He had to cut it up a little bit sooner in the C-gap, and then against the grain, breaks free and uses his speed for the score.
3 people deep for Wyoming area. Sophomore kicker Caleb Yost gets the signal from the officiating crew. And his kick is a low line drive, fielded by one of the up men. It goes down both knees and cradles it at the 30-yard line.
Keating falling on that, not letting it bounce away from him. Good field position for Wyoming area to start this drive.
Going defensively across the front, Gabe Decker and Skylar Neville at the ends. J.J. Leonard and Matt Gordon with the tackles. The nose is Everett Snyder. The linebackers, Gavin Galusha and Brock Sims. The corners, Brady Cleaver and Caleb Ney. The free safety is Alex Estrella. The strong safety is Ty Wilkerson. First and 10. Warriors. Luke Kopechny is wide to the right side. Caleb May on him. Caleb is a terrific corner, but gives up a lot of size in that matchup. I formation. The call goes to Johnson. Tries the left side. Nothing there. Brought down for a loss on the play. There was Skylar Neville from his defensive end spot.
Yeah, he really came hard. Stopped at the point of attack. They wanted to kick out the defensive end on the other side, Gabe Decker, and it was met with a stalemate. He was going to have to turn it upfield sooner, but Skylar Neville coming from the backside met him in the backfield as he tried to change direction and drove him back.
They've given forward progress to the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd down and 10 for the Warriors at their own 30-yard line. And Ravine will take it. He is very for a loss of a 29-yard line. Brock Sims from his linebacker spot with a big hit on the quarterback. Sims, a 175-pound junior, with his 7th tackle for loss of the season. It's back to the 29-yard line. It's 3rd and 11.
Boy, that type of pop brings the home crowd to its feet. Jimmy really put a lick on the quarterback. And teams don't like their quarterback being hit. The team does a lot of ball carrying for this team. Leading rusher for Wyoming area. He took a shot.
3 receivers to the left on 3rd and 11. Jack Bervinas back to throw. He fires the ball, tipped and nearly intercepted, intended for Kopechny. And Gabe Decker got back there in coverage, got a hand on it, and almost picked it off. Boy, Berwick's defense looked terrific on that first series.
There on that play, they got the rush ball slightly tipped. But Gabe Decker, who's playing a drop defensive end in a passing situation, was in the flat. He's in position, the corner behind him. The ball bounces around a little bit, but nowhere near Kopechny to make the catch. Set up the punt.
Gavin Feeney back to do the punting. Chase Krogolski does the long snapping. Feeney back at the 16, snap a little bit high, but he pulls it in, gets the kick away. End over end to the far side of the field, headed toward the sideline and out of bounds. So Berwick's going to get good field position for their second possession. They lead at 7-0, 7:59 to go in the first.
No passing yet for Berwick, all runs. Ty Wilkerson in about 4 in a row. And then again, that little counter play by the quarterback, Brady Cleaver, to take it all the way for the score.
32 yards on that punt, no return. Berwick.
First down, Berwick.
They'll huddle on the sideline with C.J. Curry.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
25-second clock has just started. They'll now trot on out to the line of scrimmage, go immediately to their positions.
It's amazing the attention that a fake toss sweep to Ty Wilkerson gets.
Well, that and the smart running by the quarterback, Brady Cleaver, as well.
Cleaver now under center. Wilkerson deep in the backfield as the lone running back. He gets the call off the right side, has some running room, almost broke that tackle, took it the distance, instead tripped up at the
big run, number 5,
Ty
Wilkerson.
Good blocking again, right at the point of the catch. He got on the right side, was able to high step through that. Linebackers diving, grabbing him by the toe, pulling him down just short of the chain, about a foot short.
Nick Champy made that saving tackle for Wyoming area. Berwick's second down and 1 at their own 49-yard line. Second possession of the game for the Bulldogs. Cleaver, the 9th grader, under center. Slot to the right side. Estrella wide to the left. Here comes Everett Snyder in motion. And the give is to Ty Wilkerson, and Wilkerson has some running room, breaks the tackle, another gets to the 40-yard line, and again,
Ty Wilkerson across the 40-yard line, picking up the first down.
It is a decent run of 11, first and 10 Berwick.
Berwick is controlling the line of scrimmage at the point of attack. People overstand with these power backs, and good strong blocking from the basic offensive linemen. So he's getting through that first level and through the linebacker level before anyone's able to bring him down.
First and 10 Berwick at the Wyoming area, 39-yard line. Slot to the right side, wide receiver left. Ty Wilkerson is in that slot to the right. Now he comes in motion. Will it be the jet sweep? No, it's a fake, and Cleaver keeps it and has some running room, makes a dandy move, and gets inside the 35 down to about the 33.
Wilkerson will bring attention, going from the slot on the right across the formation, anticipating the jet sweep as you did, Jim. Instead of handing it off, Brady Cleaver takes a step back and then hits to the C-gap on the right side. Same area he attacked for his touchdown run. Everett Snyder again gets a good front on that defensive end, holds him off, and Cleaver cuts inside of it for 6.
Second down and 4. That's Berwick's shortest gain of this first quarter. 6 yards. Cleaver out of the gun.
Wildcat.
No, it is a Wildcat. The snap goes right to Ty Wilkerson, and he has the first down and some. He powers down to the yard line. Berwick will mix that in. The Wildcat, the direct snap to Ty Wilkerson. Caden Reynolds, the nose guard, made the stop for Wyoming area. But right now, the Warriors looking for an answer. There's another 7-yard pickup and a first down.
Hard to keep up with all the numbers. He's in the Wildcat in shotgun with Everett Snyder aside of him. Takes the snaps, and Everett Snyder just goes straight ahead. Wilkerson follows him.
The Wildcat again on first down from the 26. Gabe Decker in motion to the left. Following him is Ty Wilkerson, lowers the shoulder, second effort, gets to the 20, maybe the 19-yard line.
Very physical play by Wilkerson, but also the offensive line is opening up seams. Everett Snyder leading the way as well. Wilkerson decides which seam he wants to hit. Instead of following Everett Snyder wider, everything stopped up there. He takes it inside a little bit. Again, a very nice run.
Yeah, 6 yards is still the shortest gain that Berwick has had on any play. As again, Wilkerson will take the direct snap out of the Wildcat from the 20. Has the snap, goes off the right side, has the first down and then some, drags tacklers inside the 15 down around the 13-yard line.
Donovan Miller, the linebacker, gets low at the knees, but he just can't bring him down. Wilkerson has that head of steam going. Everett Snyder again leading the way, kicking out. Wilkerson brings it just a shade inside of him on the right side, finds a nice natural seam, and drags Donovan Miller for a few yards.
7 yards on that carry. Berwick first down at the Wyoming area 13. So we go down to 4 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Cleaver back in there. Has the snap. Fakes handoff. Keeps the football. Big hole up the right side. He'll go in standing up for a Berwick touchdown. Brady Cleaver got a gaping hole off that right side. Goes in from 13 yards out, and the Bulldogs build the lead.
Give him 70 yards on his 3 carries and 2 touchdowns in there. Little fake. Wilkerson, of course, is going to draw attention. And again, he takes it to the right side. Follows the block, but this time it's not the fullback Everett Snyder, but J.J. Leonard pulling and getting that defensive end from a different angle. Moves him out, creates that huge seam that you saw, Jim.
Caleb Yost will attempt the extra point. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 3:56 to go, opening quarter. Berwick 14. Wyoming area nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Did you inherit an estate, or did you recently buy real estate that needs to be cleaned out? J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Berwick is the easiest and the fastest when it comes to big clean-outs. They'll also clean out your attic, basement, or garage. Wherever you've got junk, call J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling today at 844-GET-JDOG and get your job done the military way with respect, integrity, and trust. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is proudly veteran-owned and operated.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for Berwick. The latest, a 60-yard scoring drive in 7 plays. Brady Cleaver, the 9th grade quarterback, in from the 13-yard line for the touchdown. His second of this quarter. 14-0 Bulldogs, 3:56 remaining in the first.
Kickoff will go from the middle of the 40-yard line. You're lessen the risk of the ball going out of bounds. First kick did not get very far, smothered by an upback, Ben Gravine.
So Yost, following his extra point kick, will again kick it along the turf. Again, one of the up men, it's Keating, and he is surrounded and will be brought down about the 35-yard line. Skylar Neville among the people in on the stop.
Wyoming area needs to regather themselves and get themselves some momentum here with an offensive drive. But Berwick's been very strong defensively as well as holding the things offensively as well. It's just been all Berwick so far in this game.
Now, Wyoming area has come from behind in victories over Crestwood and Dallas to start the season. So this is not a new experience for them. But Andy's right. They need to get something going. It's Jack Ravine under center and I formation behind him. He's back to throw, and he has time, and he fires. And he has Kopechny over midfield to the far side, forced out of bounds around the 40. Jack Ravine hits that big target, Luke Kopechny, for a big gain. And Wyoming area shows some signs of life.
Semi-roll to the left, and we saw that the good big defensive end Gabe Decker got his hands up. I thought he had a chance of tipping it, but got on through to Kopechny. He, of course, is very, very tough to cover and then good with the run after the catch.
23 yards on the reception by Luke Kopechny. 1st and 10, Wyoming area at the Berwick 42-yard line. Jack Ravine operates out of the gun. He's going to keep it himself off the left side, looking for running room, and there's nothing there. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Really played well by the defensive end on that side, and then everyone else rallying to the football. They want to get power football. They like to run toward their big tight end, Josh Maruck. But Berwick held its own at that position, kept that to no gain as they had smothering dang tackles.
And Andy mentioned the defensive end. That was Skylar Neville making his second impact play here in the opening quarter, which has 3:09 to go. 2nd and 10. Wyoming area at the Berwick 42-yard line. Jack Gravine under center. One running back behind him. Second down call. Toss sweep to that running back. Trying to get to the right side. It's Champion. He'll get just to the 39-yard line. Gabe Decker with a terrific play. Berwick's other defensive end.
Came out in a formation that Berwick likes to use. Two power backs, both set on the right side. Tristan Johnson as well as their fullback in there, the Gravine boy, Ben Gravine. They ran behind that, but Berwick, again, looking pretty strong defensively, reading plays as they come at them.
3rd down and 7. Wyoming area at the Berwick 39-yard line. I formation behind Jack Gravine. The quarterback is under center. He's back to throw. Big pass rush. He's under duress, and he's going to be sacked back at the 49-yard line. He wanted to go to Kopechny, who was open, but no chance for the quarterback as he is buried.
Gabe Decker was the man who came in, almost ran past the quarterback. He wanted to cut off his running lane because his quarterback is a dangerous runner. He cut that off, then came back to the quarterback and smothered him for the big sack.
We have a face mask call, though, against Berwick, so this will be a huge play for Wyoming area. I mean, that was going to be a loss of 10 and a 4th and 17 coming up. Instead, they'll have a first down at the Berwick 24-yard line.
Easy enough for a hand to slip up when you're reaching at that quarterback from up high when your hands are trying to knock a ball down. Unfortunate for Berwick to suffer that penalty, as you mentioned, Jim. Was a very strong defensive play.
2 minutes remaining, opening quarter. Wyoming area on the march at the Berwick 24-yard line. Kopechny is wide to the right. Gravine gives the ball off to Champy. Some running room off that left side and gets to the 15-yard line. So Wyoming area has been struggling to run the ball in the early going, but got a nice hole for Champy that time. They mark it at the 16, give him 8 on the play before Skylar Neville makes the stop.
Skylar Neville's at the point of attack, and the fullback's isolating on him. You got the good shield block. Neville had to come back from behind the play to make the stop.
2nd down and 2. Warriors at the Bulldogs 16. Backs in an open set. Champy the call again off the left side. He has the first down. Now near the 10. I think it's going to be a 1st and goal situation for the Warriors.
Yeah, I think they're getting ready to move the chains, and there they go now. Again, attacking off that left side. They like to run behind Josh Maruk, their tight end. They feel he can overpower most people at the point of attack. Right now he's kicking down, and the fullback's kicking out in that C gap, and on 2 plays there they met with success.
It is not a 1st and goal. It's a 1st and 10 at the 12. Backs in an open set. Jack Gravine under center. Gives to Ben Gravine straight ahead, and he gets down to about the 6-yard line. So they use the fullback for the first time, and he's brought down by Brock Sims. And they'll mark it at the 8 to pick up a 4, 2nd and 6.
Little mix. Almost all the attacks in the running game have been toward the tight end on the outside at the C gap. This time the quick hitter up the middle.
Perhaps the last play of this opening quarter. Wyoming area at the Berwick 8-yard line.
Donovan Miller in there at running back, Jim.
2nd down call coming. Miller and Champy backs in an open set. Gravine under center. Gives to Champy off the left side. Battling hard, but he won't get much. Maybe a yard to the 7 on what is the final play of this opening quarter. With the score, Berwick 14, Wyoming area nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Hey guys, this is Ray.
Chad. And Chad! Up and up. Chad!
So anyway, we're having too much fun here, like you will too if you go to buy a car. We can't even finish a commercial, but if you want a great deal, go to blazegmhazelton.com.
Yeah. On a more serious note, remember we have the lowest price guaranteed.
Or we'll give you $1,000.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
One quarter in the books in this battle of unbeatens at Crispin Field. Berwick 14 and Wyoming area nothing. But we start the second quarter with Wyoming area with the ball moving from our right to our left. They have it at the Berwick 8-yard line, facing a 3rd down and 6. And of course, the interim between quarters has given Randy Spencer and his crew a lot of time to talk about how they want to go about it from the 8.
Ball's on the left hash, wide side of the field to the right. Most teams like to run that way, plus it's toward the Wyoming area coaching staff and sideline. See where Josh Maruck lines up, Jim? They really like to run in his direction. He is tight end on the right, and he's next to that huge tackle that we see out there in Max Getsky to 295.
From the 8-yard line, here we go. Jack Gravine keeps it himself, tries the right side. Gabe Decker pushes him back after a short gain on the play. It's going to be 4th down coming.
He looked like he was going to have room, and Decker caught him after about a yard or two and then spun him back, wrestled him on back so he wasn't going to be able to fall forward. That's a big play.
Let's see where they got to mark the football. They give him a generous spot. It's at the close to the 5. We'll call it the 6-yard line. Here's a 4th down and 4. So big call coming early in the second. Berwick leading 14-0. Wyoming area at the Berwick 6. 4th down and 4. Backs in an open set. Jack Ravine under center. Berwick jumped across, and here comes the flag. Didn't come right away.
Barked the signal, and one of the interior defensive tackles or nose guard got the jump, came across and got back. I thought they were going to let it play out, but the lineman got the flag out and then whistled it dead. Now, half the distance to the goal, does it get to be a 1st down?
Oh, they just pointed toward Wyoming area.
Sometimes you bark the signals and you do it with a head bob. And if that is the case, you can be trying to induce the offsides. That's a call that really hurts Wyoming area. If they had a running play called, and I believe they may have, they're probably going to have to switch to a passing play. Keep your eye on Kopechny.
And he splits wide to the left. Here we go. 4th down. As the referee, Jim Gordon, stops play. And we have a discussion. The ball back at the 11-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 9. As they signal up to the press box for something to do with the clock in all probability. But 4th and 9, and I'm with you, Andy. You have a great all-state 6'5" wide receiver from the 11-yard line, 4th and 9. This seems like a moment made for Luke Kopechny.
Well, and you throw it up. If it's intercepted on a contested ball, it's no big deal. The ball's going to be down there. You're going to lose it on downs anyway. So you hope your all-stater can make the play.
He's wide to the right. Caleb May has him. Safety Ty Wilkerson moving over that way. Play action, rolling right. Pass is caught.
No.
But no, incomplete. Incomplete would have been well short.
Quarterback rolled to the right. He stood it back. Was low. The running back could not pick it off the ground. Everett Snyder, with that hurry, makes the play.
It's the Bulldogs' first possession of this second quarter. They have it at their own 11-yard line with that 14-0 lead. After a shift, I formation, Everett Snyder is the fullback ahead of Ty Wilkerson.
Reasonable gain, probably halfway to the chains. Very hard to see that yard marker. They'll call it 4, I believe. He ran a little tighter to the inside. They've been having success on the perimeter, hitting the C-gap. Kicking.
Center. Gives the ball to Wilkerson off the left side, running hard, and we'll get to about the 21-yard line, close to the first down yardage. Ben Gravine makes the stop from his linebacker position, and it is enough for a Berwick first down.
Running hard. I have him now at 77 yards here in the first half against an undefeated Wyoming area defense.
And remember last year at Jake Sobeski Stadium in West Pittston, the Warriors held Ty Wilkerson to 88 yards for the game on 14 carries. 1st and 10. Berwick moving from our left to our right this quarter. Bulldogs at their own 21-yard line. Cleaver, toss, sweep, left side. Ty Wilkerson turns the corner, turns on the Jets at 30 to 35, and out near the 40-yard line. They faked the toss sweep earlier in this game, and Cleaver ran for a touchdown. That time he got it to Ty Wilkerson for big yardage before Donovan Miller can make the stop.
Measure it out. I watched as the snap was about to come. They moved the linebacker, Ben Gravine, up into the line of scrimmage to plug the gaps. The right call was to pitch wide. He hit that perimeter, stretched it wide, moved the chains comfortably.
15 yards on the carry by Ty Wilkerson. Berwick, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Cleaver out of the gun. Fakes the toss sweep, keeps the football. This time, Wyoming area is all over the play. He'll be brought down right about the line of scrimmage. Good defensive work by the Warriors.
Yeah, they forced it inside even tighter. He wasn't able to get out to that C-gap and then turn it north-south. Quite a pile up there, too, as one man had him by the leg. Glad to see Brady Cleaver come up, jog over to the sideline to get the next play, and now he's jogging back to the huddle.
They give him a yard to the 37. 2nd down and 9. Cleaver with 2 rushing touchdowns in that opening quarter. The difference in Berwick's 14-0 lead with 9:07 remaining in the opening half. From the 37-yard line.
Nico Lonzinski in there centering, gives him some nice beef up in the line.
Blocking back to the right, and Berwick will use a timeout. 8:55 remaining first half, 14-0 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick football on Pop Radio.
Planning for the future doesn't have to be complicated. Attorney Nick Lutz of Cardinal Estate Planning in Berwick will guide you every step of the way. Whether it's protecting your assets, setting up a trust, or ensuring your family is cared for, Cardinal Estate Planning provides personalized solutions for you and your family's needs. Call or sign up on their website to attend a free educational workshop that will give you an understanding of the process and peace of mind knowing your legacy is in good hands. Visit them online at cardinalastate.planning.com. Let them help you plan for tomorrow today.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
A Week 6 battle of unbeatens here at Crispin Field. Berwick 5-0. Wyoming area 5-0. So far it's been all Bulldogs. They lead 14-0. 8:55 to go in the first half. Berwick following their timeout, 2nd and 9 at their own 37.
And doing it all on the ground, Jim. They've yet to open up with any kind of passing. The opening it up seems to be they go to quarterback Brady Cleaver on some counter plays. He has 71 yards, 2 touchdowns to his credit. Snuffed out on that last play, though.
2nd down and 9 Bulldogs. 2 blocking backs to the right side. Cleaver out of the gun, Wilkerson to his right. Now Wilkerson splits out wide. Cleaver takes the snaps, going to keep it himself, has it over the 40, the 45 to midfield and to the 45-yard line of Wyoming area. Brady Cleaver brought down by Ronald James, but a terrific run by him. We know he has speed. He has some moves as well.
They ran at Josh Maruck, who's an outstanding defensive end, but he ended up quite wide because of the 2 blocking backs on that side. So by position and alignment, he was wide. As Cleaver comes on the quarterback sweep action, he cuts up inside of that.
18 yards on the carry. Cleaver under center. Wilkerson, the lone running back, toss sweep left side. Ty Wilkerson, he is surrounded and brought down for a loss at the 46-yard line. Good defensive work by the Warriors that time. They were ready for that sweep.
They most certainly were. Closed it off on the outside, forced Wilkerson to almost come to a dead stop, try to go north or south, but no one in that area is going to allow for that run. So good defense by Wyoming area.
Brad Bond among the people in on the play for the Warriors as Berwick faces a 2nd down and 11. They have it at the Wyoming area 46-yard line. Bulldogs have dominated time of possession in this opening half. Cleaver out of the gun. 2 blocking backs to his right. Play action. Back to throw. Looking for Estrella. It's a jump ball, and Estrella makes the catch down at the 15-yard line. He had Luke Kopechny at 6'5", all over him. Tipped the ball in the air. Made the catch himself.
Unbelievable play. First, they gave enough time for all the running plays. There's no pass rush. Cleaver throws it up deep even though there's coverage. And again, great coverage. They have Kopechny down there with his size at 6'3" and his ability to win competitive jump balls. But it was Estrella who was able to get up. It flicks off the fingers of both. Estrella's a little bit deeper, and he comes up with the football.
31 yards on the reception. Berwick, 1st down at the 15-yard line of Wyoming area. The call goes to Ty Wilkerson, tries the right side, nothing there, cuts it up inside, and gets to the 12, maybe the 11-yard line.
He tried too hard to make the cut, Jim, and the feet slipped out under him. Hit the B-gap on the right side, and when he tries that little bit of a jump cut, tries to plant, the feet give out and people run over him, but still, nice yardage.
This possession started at the Berwick 11-yard line. It's now at the Wyoming area 11-yard line. 2nd and 6, Bulldogs. Everett Snyder is the fullback, ahead of Ty Wilkerson in the eye. Under center, Cleaver, and Wyoming area jumps across.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 people jump. Makes you wonder if Berwick's been always going on the same snap count, and all of a sudden they vary it. I've noticed, too, that they've moved big Matt Getzky inside. Now, Berwick hasn't been hurting this team running the A-gaps on either side of center. They've been hurting this team on the perimeter, in the C-gaps and on the sweeps. So I'm surprised they moved one of their bigger, better defenders to play over center.
2nd and 1. Berwick at the Wyoming area, 6-yard line. 6:18 to go in the half. Bulldogs trying to add to a 14-0 lead.
Ball's toward the right hash, wide side of the field to the left. Good area to use your speed.
Cleaver out of the gun. Wilkerson to his right. Cleaver fakes a toss, keeps it, and he's buried for a loss on the play.
Now, nice play in there by the running back / cornerback, Tristan Johnson, number 0. Lined up at defensive end and coming hard on the blitz. Quarterback wanted to pitch right and go left, but all of a sudden there's a man hitting him at the knees.
So we're going to have a 3rd down play. We have an injury timeout on the field. 5:43 to go in the half. 14-0 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Injured player for Berwick is lineman Matt Gordner, and he's being helped to the sideline. So Berwick will have to get a substitute in for him. We'll check who fits that role. Gordner. That role, Gordner, the starting right guard for the Bulldogs, who lead 14-0. 5:43 to go in the first half. The ball at the Wyoming area, 9-yard, 3rd down and 4.
Huddling with C.J. Curry on the sideline, so they'll run on out, and we'll see if we can catch the number of the change.
So the Bulldogs with a big call coming. Cleaver will be under center. Wilkerson deep in the backfield is the lone running back. Sims is a blocking back to the left. He comes in motion. A fumble on the snap. The scramble is on around the 10-yard line. Wyoming area indicates they have it. We'll wait for the official to tell us.
Yes, Wyoming area.
And that is a huge turnover in this game. 5:16 to go in the half. Berwick looking to make it 21-0. They fumble the football, and Wyoming area comes up with the ball, and they'll take over deep in their own territory.
You're that close. A field goal is probably imminent if you don't get it in for the touchdown. But with the fumbled snap, the ball goes to the ground. Wyoming area very aggressively diving after it, rips it away from Berwick players.
So the Warriors take over at their own 11-yard line. Full complement of timeouts remaining for them. Back to throw is Gravine. He's looking long for Kopechny, and the ball is caught by Kopechny. He's going to go for a touchdown. The 6'5" player goes high in the air, makes the grab. He goes the distance, 89 yards, and in 2 plays, this game has turned completely around.
He beats 5'10" freshman Brady Cleaver, out jumps him. Cleaver was in the position to do it, but he's just not tall enough to go up and take that from the basketball player. As they come down, Cleaver goes to the ground. Kopechny regains his balance. They're the only ones at this end of the field. And Kopechny then takes it on into the end zone.
Luke Kopechny is probably going to be the best wide receiver Berwick will face during the course of this season. And he just displayed it there. And now he will do the holding as Gavin Feeney will attempt the extra point. And movement on the part of Wyoming area. One of their linemen took a step back, so it'll be 5 yards back.
Makes a difference in high school place kicking. Feeney has 18 PATs on the season. It's pretty good numbers.
Andy, I was watching Wyoming area in warm-ups, and I saw Luke Kopechny make 2 catches that you only see on Sundays. And we just saw a great one there.
He's a very special talent.
Gavin Feeney will attempt the extra point. Snap placement. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. No good, off to the left. Timeout in the field. 5:02 remaining, opening half. Berwick 14, Wyoming area 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
When the weather turns cold, you need reliability to keep your home and family warm. Chapin Oil in Nescapec has been the local choice for reliable home heating oil delivery and maintaining the tried and true service you've come to know only at Chapin Oil. Stay warm, stay local, and stay with the name you can trust. Chapin Oil, Nescapec. Call today to set up your delivery. Chapin Oil proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
5:02 remaining first half. Berwick had a 14-0 lead and had a 3rd and 4 at the Wyoming area 9-yard line. 2 plays later, it's 14-6 as Berwick coughed up a fumble, and on their first play from scrimmage, an 89-yard touchdown pass to Luke Kopechny. It was handled pretty well by Brady Cleaver, but there's just not much you can do against the athleticism of Kopechny.
Well, the frame as well, Jim. They say 6'3", might be a tad taller than that.
6'5" is what they list.
6'5"?
Yes, 6'5".
Well, that's a tough matchup.
Feeney's kick, very, very high, very, very short. It's buffed, and the scramble is on, and Berwick falls on at the 35-yard line. Boy, that would have been big. Skylar Neville able to fall on the ball after the first player not able to come up with it. So Berwick, with 2 timeouts remaining, exactly 5 minutes to go in the half, their lead cut to 14-6. They'll take over at their own 35-yard line.
And Wyoming area seems to have solved some of the Berwick running threat. They've been able to gang tackle, rally to the football, defeat some blocks as it comes at them. Berwick early in the game was really running through them like butter. That's slowed down. Berwick's made a big play in the passing game, but then the fumble down in the red zone hurt them.
Under center is Brady Cleaver. In motion is Everett Snyder, right to left. He'll lead the blocking for Ty Wilkerson, who hesitates and then gets what he can up to about the 38-yard line. Matt Gordner was injured on that last series for Berwick. He's back in there on the offensive line. So they'll give Wilkerson 3 to the 38-yard line before Max Getsy can make the stop. Second down and 7 Bulldogs.
They've moved Getsy tighter in as a defensive tackle, closer into the center. I would have kept him a little more to the perimeter, but I guess they feel he can go left or right from that, try to help out on plays.
Second down and 7 Bulldogs at their own 38. Slot to the left, wide receiver right. Gabe Deckers, the tight end on the left. A fake on the jet sweep, keeping it as Cleaver, and he's going to be buried for a loss in the play. So the momentum has shifted in this one. Wyoming area gets the big play from Getsy, and now they're feeling their oats on defense.
Again, they started making some good defensive stops against the run in the last series. Berwick broke through with the nice long pass to Alex Estrella, the 31-yarder. But then this team's been playing the run very tough, rallying to the football, defeating some potential blocks, not giving as much ground, not giving Ty Wilkerson room to run.
Third down and 9. Berwick at their own 36-yard line. Clock running, 3.5 minutes to go in this opening half. Slot to the left. Wide receiver right. Cleaver. Play action, then dumps the pass off. Pass is completed, but for minimal yardage out to about the 41-yard line. Caleb May caught the pass coming from the left side. So a good stop. Boy, from a Wyoming area standpoint, after you get the big touchdown, you want your defense to do the job. They just did.
Yes, they did. Berwick was hoping Caleb May could use his speed, coming in motion, going behind the quarterback, and then taking a swing pass coming out to the right flat. But Wyoming area saw it, read it, stayed with him, made a very sure tackle.
Caleb May will punt for the first time in this game. Trustin Johnson deep for Wyoming area. May back at the Bulldogs' 28-yard line.
Caleb Yost, the kicker, the punter.
Snap is a good one. No, he drops it and then gets the kick away. And not a bad punt.
No.
And takes a good Berwick bounce and will roll inside the 20-yard line. So Caleb Yost dropped a good snap, but had the presence of mind to pick it up, get the kick away, and it ends up with a 43-yard punt and no return.
Yeah, not a whole lot of pressure coming, some token pressure, but he remained calm, picked the ball up, took a step a little bit to the left to avoid the one man who was coming, gave it a good jolt downfield, and then got a nice bounce.
The ball at the Warrior 18-yard line where they have a first down. They have their full complement of timeouts remaining. There's 3:06 to go in the half, and Berwick leads this one 14-6. Kopechny comes wide to the left side.
Caleb May on him on this right side.
I formation, Jack Gravine, the quarterback under center. Back to throw, big pass rush, throws it up for grabs, incomplete, dangerous pass by Gravine. Caleb May almost with the pick.
They looked like Kopechny was going to run deep downfield, but then he broke it off and kind of curled underneath. May stayed in the area. Alex Estrella read it as well. Berwick's hoping that they can get a pick or two on this team with the awareness of the secondary, and that was good awareness.
Second down and 10. Jack Ravine has only had one pass intercepted through the first 5 weeks of the season. Second and 10. He's under center with backs in an open set. And the call goes off the right side to Johnson, and he gets outside right, and looks like he has a first down out near the 29-yard line.
Just didn't have any contain on the left side of the defense. Got a very soft corner, sprinted, past the line of scrimmage, and turned it up the sideline to get to the chains before the secondary bounces him out of bounds.
10 yards on the carry. Brady Cleaver on the stop for the Bulldogs. Clock running 2:35 remaining in this half.
Yeah, the hit out of bounds will stop the clock too.
Champy wide to the left. Kopechny wide to the right. From the 28-yard line. Gravine hands off to Trustin Johnson. He's buried behind the line of scrimmage back on the 23-yard line.
Everett Snyder had him by the ankles, and Skylar Neville took him up high, so they double-teamed him on that tackle for a loss, not being able to fool anyone with the backfield action. Trustin Johnson tackled for the loss of about 5.
Second down call coming. The ball back at the Warrior 24-yard line as we go under 2 minutes remaining in the half. Stay with us at halftime. Chris Algard will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard as we kick off weekend number 6 of the 10-week regular season. Second and long. Warriors at their 24. Wide receiver to either side. Backs in an open set. Jack Gravine went under center, backed off. Now he's back under there. Gives the ball. Johnson off the left side. Got running room. Down the far sideline. Has the first down out at the 41-yard line.
Gavin Galusha had to eventually push him out. Defensive end contained it nicely, but he broke inside and then cut back a little bit. I thought there might have been a hold in there, but they considered it a legal block. He followed that interference and made a nice run.
17 yards on the carry by Trustin Johnson, senior running back. Clock running, 1:10 remaining in the half. Gravine's going to keep it himself off that left side. Look for some running room, and not much there. Berwick defends the running quarterback pretty well. Gavin Galusha from his linebacker spot makes the tackle. They're going to mark it at the 43, so give Jack Gravine 2 yards, 2nd and 8. And timeout called by the Warriors. 59 seconds to go, opening half. Berwick leads 14-6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Got that Berwick Bulldogs spirit? Go to Papa Lou's Place on Vine Street, 2 blocks from Crispin Field, where the Berwick Bulldogs games are on. And there's live music on the patio after each home game, with drink specials every Friday. And try their famous smash burgers, homemade pierogies, and broadster wings with a variety of homemade sauces. Nobody does Berwick High School football like Papa Lou's Place, where the beer is fresh, the food is amazing, and the service is top-notch. See their Facebook page for details and go to Papa Lou's Place to see what the buzz is about.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WVWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLM Bloomsburg.
Time back on the clock. There's 1:02 to go in the half. Wyoming area with 2 timeouts remaining. They have the ball at their own 43-yard line. 2nd down and 8 following their timeout. And Berwick leads it 14-6. Jack Gravine under center. Kopechny in motion, left to right. Long count. Gravine back to throw. Rolling right. Looking, going to keep the football. Gavin Galusha brings him down in the open field at the 45-yard line.
Kept him in bounds.
A 2-yard gain.
Kept him in bounds. Wanted to look downfield to the Twins receivers that the motion brought to that side. Couldn't see it. I think he had in his mind to turn it up and run, but he would have liked to have got to the sideline.
3rd down and 6 for Wyoming area and a stoppage. Looking, the referee indicates very slowly that it is a timeout.
Very slowly.
37 seconds to go in the half. 14-6. Bulldogs, you're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Berwick State Farm agents, Sean Black at InsureBerwick.com and Lori Powell at LoriPowell.net.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
1 timeout remaining for the Warriors of Wyoming area. 37 seconds to go in the half. Berwick leads 14-6. Following this timeout, the Warriors at their own 45-yard line facing a 3rd down and 6.
You would think they'd turn to the pass if they can, Jim. And, of course, Kopechny is such a dangerous receiver. I'd like to go in his direction if I'm Wyoming area.
Kopechny is in a slot to the left side for this 3rd down and 6. Backs in an open set. Gravine back to throw. Huge pass rush. Sets up a screen to the far side. It's a one-on-one situation. The running back gets away from one, but can't get away from the other. Brought down the 49-yard line. Gavin Galusha prevents the first down.
Tough tackle, too. It's the big tight end, Josh Maruck, Jim, and he's a superior athlete. He'll set up a fourth down play from scrimmage, 4th and a long one coming up after that tight end screen.
And Wyoming area will use their final timeout. We'll keep it here with 20 seconds remaining in this half. 4th and 2 from the 49.
With 20 seconds. Now, you certainly want to convert, but if you convert and you have no timeouts left, it's hard to say how much time do you have to get down and score. So while you do have the chains as a goal a long yard away, there's a temptation here on 4th and that long one to take it all the way down the field and try to surprise people.
And you don't want to give a team with a Ty Wilkerson any play near midfield.
No, you don't. But I don't think you punt it away either. This is a team filled with superior athletes. We just saw Josh Maruck on that tight end screen. You can throw to him. You can throw to Kopechny. You can run the ball. My option would be run the quarterback, Jack Gravine, and try to fool people into thinking someone else has the football.
Here we go. 23 seconds is what's on the clock now from the 49. After a shift, I formation behind Gravine.
Trying to get him to jump.
Yep, that's all they're doing here. They'll take that 5-yard penalty and then punt it away.
A little surprised.
Yeah. Well, it's not the worst strategy.
No, it's an either or.
Even though Berwick has good returners, I would rather punt to them than have them possibly have the ball near midfield with Ty Wilkerson in the backfield.
That's assuming they can stop you with that long yard or short 2. Again, with the talent they have, great offensive line, strong running backs, running quarterbacks, superior receivers, I think the notion of a positive thinking coach is we're going to make this and then try to get down and score ourselves.
Gavin Feeney back to punt. Chase Kragolski does the long snapping. Brady Cleaver back in single safety for the Bulldogs. Snap is a good one, and the kick is away. And Cleaver just moved up. He's going to let it go over his head and roll dead at about the Berwick 28-yard line. So 29 yards on the punt, no return. Berwick has their timeouts remaining, 2 of them, but just 17 seconds to go. I'd be surprised to see anything too fancy for the Bulldogs. But again,
doesn't need to be too fancy. No.
A handoff to Ty Wilkerson could be as fancy as you want it to be.
Yeah, it can be a 72-yard touchdown. So I would certainly use my timeouts after each run just to give him one more snap just to see if it can happen. They've been blocking well at the point of attack and had a lot of success early in the game. End of the first quarter, into the second quarter, Wyoming area's defense stuffed the run a little bit better. Very tight formation, Jim.
Berwick from their 23 out of the Wildcat. The snap goes to Ty Wilkerson. Tries the left side. Picks up a couple on what will be the final play of this opening quarter as it winds down. And one in the books in this battle of unbeatens from Crispin Field. Berwick 14, Wyoming area 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You're looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwave stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
For 10 years, Ken Pollock Ford has been proud to serve our neighbors, families, and our community. Celebrate with us during Ford Truck Month with leases on 2025 Ford F-150 starting at just $4.99 a month. Need tires? Buy 3 select tires, get the 4th for just $1. Ken Pollock Ford is honored to be your Ford President's Award-winning dealer, and we can't wait to serve you for the next 10 years. Ken Pollock Ford, Front Street, Berwick, or KenPollockFord.com. where community and care come standard. See dealer for complete details. Offer expires 9/30/25.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Buying or selling a home isn't just about real estate. It's about community, trust, and finding the right fit for your future. And nobody knows Berwick like Mark Nespoli with eXp Realty. Mark's your neighbor, rooted right in Berwick, with a passion for helping people find their perfect home, which is why he's also a top producing agent nationwide. So when it's time for your next move, choose the agent who knows the Berwick market and the community inside and out. Mark Nespoli, eXp Realty. Visit the570realtor.com or visit @Mark Nespoli on Facebook. Mark Nespoli, Berwick's hometown realtor.
Ready to tackle your financial goals? First Keystone Community Bank invites you to play smart with your savings. Lock in a 182-day CD at 4.50% APY annual percentage yield to enjoy the winning combination of security, high interest, and short-term convenience. Go for the goal with the First Keystone Community Bank CD. For more information, visit fkc.bank. Minimum balance to earn APY is $5,000. Terms apply. Member FDIC.
It's time for the Berwick Bulldogs halftime show on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle, Andy Lickney, and Chris Algard from Crispin Field in Berwick. Battle of unbeaten Wyoming area in Berwick. At the half, Berwick leads 14-6. Bulldogs got off to a great start in this one. They took the opening kickoff, put together a 5-play, 77-yard scoring drive. Freshman quarterback Brady Cleaver with a 51-yard touchdown run. Caleb Yost with the extra point. 9:24 to go in the first. Berwick had a 7-0 lead. Bulldogs scored on their next possession as well. 7 plays, 60 yards. Again, Brady Cleaver, a 13-yard run after a fake pitch to Ty Wilkerson. Wilkerson also had a 12-yard run along the way. Caleb Yost again with the extra point. After one, Berwick led by a score of 14-0. Early in the second, this game really turned around. Wyoming area had driven to the Berwick 11-yard line, but a 4th and 9 pass was incomplete. Bulldogs went on a long drive. Starting at their own 11, they drove to the 9-yard line of Wyoming area. 18-yard run by Brady Cleaver. A 31-yard completion. Alex Estrella high into the air to make a juggling catch. And Berwick eventually, with a 14-0 lead, had the ball at the 9-yard line, 3rd down and 4. But Brady Cleaver with the fumble, Donovan Miller with the recovery. And in one play, Wyoming area was on the board. 89-yard touchdown pass from Jack Gravine to Luke Kopechny. The extra point failed. That came with 5:02 to go in the half. And there was no further scoring. We end the half with Berwick leading Wyoming area by a score of 14-6. We'll check stats with Andy Lickney. We'll check scores with Chris Algard. Stay with us. You're listening to Bulldog Football on Pop Radio.
What's worse than being broken down on the side of the road, and who's going to fix it without disrupting your life and cash flow? Since 2023, Wolfie's Automotive, 435 Washington Street, Berwick, has been keeping drivers on the road with the best prices and the shortest lead times. From large and extensive repairs to routine oil changes and even auto detail, they are honest, dependable, and will have you back in business in no time. Wolfie's Automotive in Berwick, the local, trustworthy mechanic. Just see it for yourself.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
Did you inherit an estate or did you recently buy real estate that needs to be cleaned out? J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Berwick is the easiest and the fastest when it comes to big clean outs. They'll also clean out your attic, basement, or garage. Wherever you've got junk, call J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling today at 844-GET-JDOG and get your job done the military way with respect, integrity, and trust. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is proudly veteran-owned and operated.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What?
Huh? I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Berwick State Farm agents, Sean Black at InsureBerwick.com and Lori Powell at LoriPowell.net.
For over 50 years, you've trusted Overhead Door to provide the finest quality residential and commercial garage door products, installation, and service. With winter right around the corner, your garage doors need a tune-up. For only $99 for one or $125 for multiple doors, they'll check, lube, and adjust your garage doors and openers so they operate smoothly. Call for their seasonal tune-up special, Overhead Door of Berwick. They're more than just doors. See their 5-star rating on their Google business page or visit ohdberwick.com.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Weekend number 6 of the 2025 high school football regular season has kicked off here at Crispin Field. It's a matchup of unbeaten teams, Wyoming area and Berwick. Berwick with the lead at the break, 14-6. Stats from that opening half, Andy Lickney.
It was a game that Berwick seemed to be dominating early, Jim, but it's really tightened up statistically here in the second half, and it has the feel of a game that's been tightening up. Berwick still has the edge in total yards with 220, but Wyoming area has bounced up to 178 yards. Of course, a big bulk of that has come in the passing game, the 89-yard touchdown to Luke Kopechny. Kopechny has 2 catches on the half for 112 yards total. Josh Maruk took a tight end screen. He went 5 yards on that. So quarterback Jack Gravine throwing is 3 of 6, no interceptions, 117 yards here at halftime. On the ground, the Bulldogs have been pretty stout defensively. Trustin Johnson, I have him with 5 carries for 22 yards. Nick Champy, he has 4 carries for 17. Donovan Miller toted once, 4-yard gain up the middle on that. And then the quarterback, Jack Gravine, who does like to run, averages 83 yards a game. He's had 4 carries for just 8 yards. 61 yards on the ground for Wyoming area Warriors, 117 in the air. The bulk of that, the 89-yard touchdown reception by Kopechny. So 117 in the air, 61 on the ground, a total of 178 here at halftime. Berwick tops that at 220 yards. Of course, their balance is going to show that it's mostly on the ground. 184 yards on the ground, 36 yards in the air. Let's start with the passing. We don't usually see Brady Cleaver get to throw the ball too much. He's 2 of 2 for 36 yards. The big pass to Alex Estrella over Kopechny. They both jumped for the ball that was tipped, and Alex Estrella came down with it after a 31-yard reception. Caleb May took a swing pass coming in motion from one side behind the backfield, got 5 yards on that play. We came up short of the chains. 36 yards in the air for Berwick. On the ground, 18 rushes, 184 yards. Ty Wilkerson, of course, a big part of the story, 11 carries, 100 yards. But Brady Cleaver, a lot fewer carries, 7. He has 85. 2 nice touchdown bursts for him. Wilkerson, 100 yards, looking very strong, especially early. But it seems Wyoming area is committing more people up, coming with different type of gap stops, taking on blockers a little bit more aggressively. Berwick's going to have to look at how they can solve that problem and get Tymir Wilkerson into open field again. But right now, 11 carries for 100 yards. Brady Cleaver, the quarterback, countering off of that early. Altogether, 2 touchdown runs, 7 carries in all for 85. Again, 184 on the ground for Berwick, 36 in the air, make that 220. Compare it to the 178 they've given up to Wyoming area. And Jim, this ball game just seems, in my mind, to be tightening up.
It is. On the scoreboard, statistically, not so much. You mentioned 178. That's a good first half against a good Berwick defense, but one play was so much of it. That turnover on the part of Berwick, the only turnover in the first half, could loom large in this game.
2 huge plays have turned it, or Berwick might have a 3, even 4 touchdown lead.
14-6 is the Berwick advantage. Here at the break, we'll check other scores when we return. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Pop Radio.
Got that Berwick Bulldog spirit? Go to Papa Lou's Place on Vine Street, 2 blocks from Crispin Field, where the Berwick Bulldogs games are on. And there's live music on the patio after each home game, with drink specials every Friday, and try their famous smash burgers, homemade pierogies, and broadster wings with a variety of homemade sauces. Nobody does Berwick High School football like Papa Lou's Place, where the beer is fresh, the food is amazing, and the service is top-notch. See their Facebook page for details, and go to Papa Lou's Place to see what the buzz is about.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Berwick State Farm agents, Sean Black at InsureBerwick.com and Lori Powell at LoriPowell.net.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
In case you haven't noticed, it's that time of year when it gets chillier every day. Is your vehicle ready? Let MasterTech Auto Services of Berwick winterize your car and ensure your precious cargo stays safe. They have a great selection of brand name tires, and you can save 25% on mounting and balancing when you buy a set of 4. MasterTech Auto Services will do their best to get you in and out the same day. Schedule an appointment now at MasterTechAutoBerwick.com with Saturdays now available. Saving you money every step of the way. MasterTech Auto Services in Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Just a couple minutes away from the start of the second half in this matchup of unbeaten teams at Crispin Field. Berwick 14, Wyoming area 6. For an update on other scores, Chris Algard.
Yeah, Jim, taking a look here, week 6 around high school football. Pittston area ahead of Crestwood 27-0 in the second quarter. At the half, North Pocono with a 21-0 lead over Dallas. Hanover area with a 14-0 lead over Tunkhannock, that game in the second. Mid-Valley, West Scranton tied 7-7 in the second quarter. Valley View with a 7-0 lead over Scranton in the second quarter. Bloomsburg with a 34-0 lead over Midwest, that game approaching the half. Montoursville, a 42-0 lead over Central Columbia, that game in the second. Southern Columbia ahead of Danville 35-7, that game in the second quarter as well. Jersey Shore a 28-14 advantage over Williamsport, that game approaching the half. Mifflinburg a 28-0 lead over Milton, that game in the second quarter. Mount Carmel with a big lead over Hughesville, 41-0 at the half. Shamokin looking to stay unbeaten, move to 6-0. They have a 34-0 advantage over Selinsgrove in the second quarter. And Shikellamy a 14-0 lead over Central Mountain, that game in the second quarter as well.
Thank you, Chris. Both teams have made their appearance on the field, a couple of minutes away from the kickoff to start the second half. Now, Wyoming area will get the ball to start the second half. They had one sustained drive, but it came up short in Berwick territory. And other than that, it was just the long pass to Luke Kopechny, who has to just terrorize the secondary every time he goes out there. I mean, he's got great hands, but he has speed as well, and he's 6'5", and Berwick has some excellent players in that secondary, but you just on the high school level don't match up with someone of his size and ability. And Andy, I think that the best pass defense against Luke Kopechny is a pass rush.
Well, you also have to guess then when are they going to pass. Now, Berwick likes to get that good charge, come through the gaps, and then if it shows pass, continue with it. But the Wyoming area, they pick and choose what they're doing, how they're going. They've rolled their quarterback out a little bit. In other words, they have a fine line that provides protection. You're right. Pressure would be the best thing that you can do. But when you get those height mismatches, I have Kopechny at 6'3". You mentioned he's 6'5". Plus, he's a basketball player. He excels at rebounds and going high and making the plays. And when, Berwick tries to match up with a guy who's 6'5" with great leaping ability, it's Brady Cleaver at 5'10", Caleb May at 5'9". So you can have perfect position. It just doesn't mean you're going to win those jump balls. And often when both people are jumping, one of them often comes down to the ground falling and can't recover and make the play. So yes, Kopechny in my mind is the biggest threat on this team. We expected other threats throughout the game, but Berwick seemed to neutralize a lot of the running game of Trustin Johnson and Nick Champy. Quarterback Jack Ravine has only had 4 rushes. We thought he'd be more of a running threat. And I think Berwick's just matching up well with their defensive front against Wyoming area offensive line. Both are highly regarded units, and I think Berwick just is winning that battle in the trenches so far in this game.
The score is what the score is, but Berwick has to be sitting there thinking, this is not a 14-6 game.
No, they have to be thinking that, but then you have to think, yeah, but it's a 14-6 game. Which means, one long touchdown pass and a 2-point conversion, and it's tied up. So you really got to come out motivated to play. Plus, Berwick moved the ball very well in their first drives and was able to drive it in for scores, and they were doing it on the ground. They haven't done that of late against Wyoming area. There have been some defensive adjustments, some different type of movement, a little different philosophy on who they're going to cheat up and how they're going to play it. And Berwick's not running as effectively as they did when they brought up that 14-0 lead.
Wyoming area will get the football to start the second half. The Warriors will move from our right to our left as Ronald James, Hudson Sharp, and Trustin Johnson deep for Randy Spencer's Warriors. Sophomore Caleb Yost has it teed up for Berwick.
Teed up and again in the middle of the field. We see that he likes to sometimes go to one hash or the other hash, but I think he doesn't want to risk the ball going out of bounds and giving up the easy field position on the penalty. So he'll kick from the middle of the field.
And he's not been going deep. They've been skittering the ball across the turf. We'll see how they play it to start this second half. Yost has the signals from the staff, and there's another one along the turf, rolling, picked up by James at the 20-yard line, gets by one man, but then is buried at the 23-yard line, and a flag comes in after the play.
Ashton Smith was the first man down who slowed him down, and then Berwick made the tackle a few steps later. We'll have to see what the flag happens to be.
So good coverage on kick teams for the Bulldogs. Coming down to make the play was Sawyer Keller. It is a personal foul against Berwick, so this will be a good field position for Wyoming area to start.
I don't like that kind of penalty near the point of the tackle. Not sure if someone came down and jumped in a little late. Hands to the face mask, hands to the helmet. That might just be a face mask call. Hard to say exactly which way he signaled that.
So Wyoming area will have it to start this second half in good field position at their own 38-yard line. Berwick with a 14-6 advantage. Slot to the left side. Kopechny wide left. McCall goes straight ahead and nothing doing. Maybe a half yard on the play.
Quarterback Jack Ravine has been the leading ball carrier on this team, averaging 83 yards a game. He's only had 4 carries in the first half, so I think part of the thinking at halftime when you're looking at what adjustments do we want to make, let's get that quarterback a little bit more involved in the offense, but Berwick held him to just a yard.
Everett Snyder on the stop. Snyder, number 2 on the team in tackles coming into this game with 33. 2nd and 9. Wyoming area. From their own 39. Gravine back to throw. Fires a quick out. Incomplete. Intended for number 21, Josh Baruch. The ball beyond his reach. So now it's 3rd down and 9. Warriors at their 39.
You know, you look at your key players at halftime and you say, who hasn't been contributing? Who have we been ignoring? Jack Ravine as a runner gets the first carry. Now Josh Baruch, the tight end, who's quite a talent, is the target on the second play.
Here's a 3rd down and 9. Just starting the 3rd quarter. Berwick with an 8-point lead. Trustin Johnson wide to the left side. Backs in an open set. Gravine under center, movement to be a 5-yard walk-off against Wyoming area.
Makes it all a little bit harder. Both teams like to use shifts and then motion, and sometimes you get a little too much going by yourself and you get your own people to jump. So that will move them back 5 more yards. They'll need a longer pass here to get to the chains.
3rd and 14. Unless it's beyond 89 yards, Kopechny's still a threat for a first down.
Yeah, you might lean toward him and double him up.
He is wide to the right side. 3rd and long. Now he comes in motion to the left. Jack Ravine under center. He's back to throw. He fires to the far side, has a completion, and out of bounds near the sticks on the far side at the 46. I think they're going to come up a yard or 2 short. No, it is a first down.
Nick Champy snuck himself out of the backfield on a wheel route. All the attention came with Kopechny in motion here to the left, and he went out the other side toward the Wyoming area sideline, and they're going to call it 4th and about 2, Jim.
So this is an interesting situation for Wyoming area to start this second half. 4th and 2 at their own 46-yard line.
They did try to get Berwick to jump by barking signals in the end of the half. Berwick did not bite.
Let's see if they try that again.
It's a long 2.
No, they're going to hand it off to Miller up the right side. He's buried at the 44-yard line.
Everett Snyder, J.J. Leonard, Brock, everyone coming in and stuffing that, Jim. It was a vanilla play, a standard running. They were going to go off tackle to the right, running behind Big Matt Getsky, but Berwick sifted through on gaps on each side, came up with a very physical play to stop that, never a chance of getting to the chains.
So the Bulldogs will take over in great field position. They have it at the Wyoming area 45-yard line. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter.
Sideline warning, probably moving Berwick back. Line judge needs to be able to move up and down along the line, and if players or coaches encroach upon that, they'll throw a flag as a warning to let them know, hey, I got to have this room. If not, it'll be yardage next time.
It's the Bulldogs moving from our left to our right in this 3rd quarter, leading 14-6. 11:06 to go in the 3rd. They have it at the Wyoming area 45-yard line. Blocking backs to the right side. Wilkerson deep in the backfield is the lone running back. He gets the call, tries the right side, flag down on the play. Ty Wilkerson will work his way to about the 41-yard line. Picked up 4, but we'll check the flag.
He was very deep in the eye with the power backs well up into the line of scrimmage in front of him. I did not see the flag come out. We'll have to see. Motion, or offsides against Berwick. So instead of a 4 or 5 yard gain, move it from the original line of scrimmage and make it a 1st and 15.
Bulldogs with the ball at midfield. Again, the implications of this game, the winner is most likely going to be the Wyoming Valley Conference Division II champion. The winner of this game is most likely going to be the top seed when the District 2 3A playoffs begin, a chance at as many as 3 home games. So a lot riding on this one. Berwick leads 14-6, 1st and 15. Bulldogs from midfield. Cleaver out of the gun. Fakes handoff, keeps the football, looks for some running room, has some, and gets down to about the 43-yard line. 7-yard carry off the left side for freshman quarterback Brady Cleaver.
Yeah, give him 92 yards on the game, Jim. And again, he's not only speed. He used his vision very nicely. Saw that it was stuffed up. He waited patiently for a seam to open, cut that way, and then cut again once he got through the line of scrimmage. Made up the penalty yard, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Berwick at the Warrior 43-yard line. Cleaver went to the sideline, got the play call from head coach C.J. Curry. Estrella wide to the right side. I formation. Snyder's the fullback ahead of Ty Wilkerson in the I. Wilkerson gets the call, has the left side, and has yardage close to the first down. He's inside the 40, down near the 37-yard line. Nick Champy makes the stop.
Yeah, he read that well. Berwick blocked it well. Everett Snyder is the key. He's at a blocking fullback this time, leading the play to the outside. He wins the battle with the defensive end. Ty Wilkerson's able to cut it inside that tight end, would be the C gap. And then until he's in the secondary, he's unstoppable.
7 yards, making it a 3rd down and 1 at the Wyoming area 36.
4th down territory if you don't make it. Bark the signals.
Give is to Wilkerson. Second effort will get him the first down inside the 35-yard line.
People jump, but there was no flag. Ty Wilkerson's getting hit near the line of scrimmage, kind of losing his balance, but kept his momentum going forward. Got the 2 yards the team did need to move the chains.
So Berwick overcomes that penalty on the first down play, and now they have a first down at the Wyoming area 34-yard line.
Ball leaning toward the left hash, but team can go either way. Right or left with its run. Keep an eye where Everett Snyder is. He often leads you to the play.
Cleaver out of the gun. Hands the ball off to Wilkerson straight ahead, and he gets inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Good first down carry for Ty Wilkerson. Donovan Miller on the stop.
Without the power backs, so the entire seam was created in that area where Nico Lonzinski is centering. The offensive line doing the job and creating the hole to be opened.
2nd down and 3. Berwick at the Wyoming area 27-yard line. Wide receiver to either side. Cleaver out of the gun. Wilkerson to his left. Wilkerson the call, straight ahead, looking for the first down. Has some and carries a couple of tacklers down near the 22-yard line.
It's impressive to see him running inside, pretty much between the guards. That means they're either fatiguing with the defense, or the offensive line is just, outplaying them, pushing them back or pushing them to the side to create the seam for him. Nice openings.
Drew Keating on that last stop for the Warriors. Berwick at the Wyoming area 22-yard line with a first down. Wide receiver to either side. Cleaver out of the gun. Wilkerson to his right. Toss to Wilkerson off the right side, inside the 20, the 15, the 10, and ridden out of bounds down around the 5, and a flag down after the play. Might be a half the distance coming for the Bulldogs. Looks like the ball's right at the 5-yard line.
Maybe. Everett Snyder hasn't been in the last few plays to lead the blocking. They brought him out in motion. I believe it was Skylar Neville. And he was outside getting a nice stock block there, and then the quick pitch using the speed to get to the perimeter.
17 yards on the carry for Wilkerson, then a half the distance penalty against Wyoming area. The ball will be down around the 2-yard line, where it will be first and goal for Berwick.
I have Wilkerson with 139 yards so far on the game. You probably get this catch. Impressive drive, Jim. Them, they make the key blocks. When they don't use them, then it's the offensive line making the key blocks. Berwick showing dominance in that running drive.
Caleb Yost will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ashton Smith. Gabe Decker with the snap, the placement, the kick is up, and
You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank, but did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
J.J. Snyder got it started with a big 4th down stop in Wyoming area territory. Ty Wilkerson finished it off with his 18th rushing touchdown of the season from 2 yards out. Berwick completes a 7-play drive. They've extended their lead over Wyoming area in this matchup of unbeatens, 21-6. Bulldogs 7:31 to go in the third, as Caleb Yost will kick off following his 3rd extra point of the evening. Berwick matches a big defensive stand and a good offensive series to extend their lead. A kick again hits one of the up men, and Wyoming area able to recover, and they'll have great field position.
They will. Lined it at Ricky Rolls. Hits him, and he goes down and falls on the ball as a smart player would, with Berwick just 10 yards away.
So 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 47-yard line. 7:29 to go in the third.
You have to work with Caleb Yost on directional kicking when you're going to kick those line drives. Avoid those big linemen right up front.
Kopechny is wide to the left. Caleb May on him. Gravine out of the gun. No, it's Champy taking the direct snap out of the Wildcat, and a good gain by Nick Champy. Direct snap to Nick Champy, and he gets to near the Berwick 46-yard line before Skylar Neville can make the stop.
Strong player, very versatile. We see him strongly on defense, involved in many of the tackles. They like him at running back. Obviously, they like him there in the Wildcat. They like to split him out. He's the 2nd leading receiver on the team.
2nd down and 3. Wyoming area at the Berwick 46-yard line. Again, Gravine out of the gun. Running back to either side of him. One of those running backs gets the call, tries the left side, and will come up short of the yardage needed for the 1st down. Gavin Galusha with a stop from his linebacker position.
Yeah, Trustin Johnson running up the middle, tried to come to the left, but we saw that the defensive end, Gabe Decker, was crashing in hard. He had nowhere to go, had to turn it north-south, try to take it over the center, and just no room there.
3rd down and 3. Wyoming area at the Berwick 46-yard line. Wide receiver to either side. Gravine looks to the sideline for the play call. He's got a running back to either side of him. Has the snap. Problem with the exchange. The scramble is on. Berwick may have it at the 47-yard line. Looked like Brock Sims comes up with the football, and Wyoming area turns it over.
Just as you called it, Jim, quarterback's in the Wildcat with 2 people in front. They're going to lead the blocking for him, but he never got the shotgun snap secured. took it. I don't know if he's trying to hand it off or which way it was going, but it bobbled away from him down to the ground. Brock Sims coming in to make the tackle on the running play, and instead falls on the fumble.
Well, this is a big series coming up. Berwick leads at 21-6. 6:03 to go in the third. And Wyoming area desperately needs a stop to stay in this one.
And the last series, Berwick pretty much flexed its muscles and outplayed Wyoming area physically.
1st and 10 Bulldogs. Brady Cleaver under center. Ty Wilkerson, the lone running back. Wilkerson gets the call. Tries the right side, lowers the shoulder, gets into Wyoming area territory about the 47-yard line. He picks up about 5 when it looks like there's nothing there.
Yeah, 146 yards. They ran it unbalanced, and they don't do it, all the time. But a few times in the course of the game, they'll sneak that unbalanced line, hoping that the defense doesn't adjust. Even if they do, they're going to run toward the unbalanced, give Ty Wilkerson the vision to pick the seam that he feels will open. And there he picked one for 5 yards.
Second out call coming. Bulldogs at the Warrior 47. I formation. Everett Snyder is the fullback. Call goes to Wilkerson again. Off the right side. He's tripped up as he gets close to the first down yardage near the 42-yard line.
Unbalanced line again. There's going to be 3 linemen along with that tight end on the right side. And it will move the chains as he gets another 5 yards. Give him 151 on the game.
Trustin Johnson made that stop. 1st and 10 Bulldogs trying to add to a 21-6 lead in this matchup of unbeatens as we come down to the 5-minute mark remaining in the third quarter. Ball at the Wyoming area, 42. I formation. Call goes to Wilkerson, hit behind the line, and he will just get back to line of scrimmage. Trustin Johnson with great penetration that time. Didn't totally make the tackle, but slowed up Ty Wilkerson.
Yeah, they've been cheating him up, Jim, as almost a defensive end, and he was on the weak side of an unbalanced. Wouldn't have a stoppage here as they deal with an injured player.
4:39 remaining in the third. Looks like it's Ty Wilkerson. He's on his feet and walking to the sideline.
They've put a stoppage in. Teams will get water. They'll call it an injury timeout, and I'm sure they'll let them hydrate a little bit before calling them back.
Andy, going back to early in this third quarter, Randy Spencer with a gamble at his own team's 46-yard line at 4th down. I wonder how much of that is confidence in his offense or not confident in its defense. They haven't really stopped Berwick in this game.
Yeah, can't give it back over to Berwick, so even though it's a long 2 yards and the field position's midfield, we're going to have to go for it. That must be the thinking.
Why Ty Wilkerson gets a breather on the sideline. Gavin Galusha takes his place at the running back spot. Berwick 2nd and 10 at the 2nd and 11 at the Wyoming area 43-yard line. Galusha gets the call off the right side, 35-30, up the middle, and Gavin Galusha's going to go 43 yards for a Berwick touchdown, right up the gut.
All of a sudden, Wyoming area is breathing a little easier without Ty Wilkerson in there. They're not keying on number 5, and all of a sudden it's Gavin Galusha with this number 2 coming straight up the middle on a very basic vanilla play. But the offensive line creates the seams. Linebackers nowhere to be found. He splits the secondary with his speed, and that's a huge score.
Caleb Yost will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ashton Smith. Gabe Decker does the long snapping. Snap is there, hold is there, kick is up, and the kick is there. 4:03 to go, third quarter. Berwick 28, Wyoming area 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
For over 50 years, you've trusted Overhead Door to provide the finest quality residential and commercial garage door products, installation, and service. With winter right around the corner, your garage doors need a tune-up. For only $99 for one or $125 for multiple doors, they'll check, lube, and adjust your garage doors and openers so they operate smoothly. Call for their seasonal tune-up special, Overhead Door of Berwick. They're more than just doors. See their 5-star rating on their Google business page or visit ohdberwick.com.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
An impressive performance by the Bulldogs here at Crispin Field tonight. taking on unbeaten Wyoming area team, a team that came in with 12 consecutive regular season wins going back to last season. And Berwick pretty much dominating, leading 28-6, 4:03 to go in the third quarter.
Dominating at the line of scrimmage, playing very physical ball, might be wearing Wyoming area down. Yeah, it's been a very physical game, and Berwick's had the edge, pushing this team out of the area so they can just run the ball.
Caleb Yost will kick it off. He's not kicked long at any point in this game. And again, a low line drive kick, but it does get to the deep man who muffs it at the 12, then picks it up. It's Trustin Johnson, and Ashton Smith is all over the play down around the 16-yard line.
He's a leader on the specialty teams, Jim. He was in there last kickoff to sort of slow things down before the man slipped just a little bit outside of him and the tackle was made in the same spot. This time he's the first man down as the kick is sort of bobbled and tough to pull up from the ground. And Ashton Smith makes a very safe tackle.
3:56 remaining third quarter. Wyoming area. A lot of work to do, trailing Berwick 28-6. They have it at their own 18-yard line. Jack Gravine out of the gun, straight drop back to throw, looking long down the far side. The pass comes up short. It's incomplete.
Cleaver's looking at Estrella. Estrella's looking at Cleaver saying, I thought you had it. No, I thought you had it. A ball that they thought would have been intercepted. Low line drive type of pass on a skinny post trying to hit Kopechny down there. Berwick had it defended very well.
2nd and 10. Wyoming area at their own 18-yard line. 3:52 remaining in this third quarter. Kopechny wide left. And Ty Wilkerson back in that Bloomsburg lineup. Berwick at the safety positions. They run straight ahead and nothing doing. A loss back to the 13-yard line. Berwick dominating play. Brock Sims from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, it's a question who you want to give more credit to, him or J.J. Leonard. J.J. Leonard had penetration. He might have pushed his man back. I think Brock Sims went over J.J. Leonard so he can get credit for the tackle. Deep in the backfield. Another strong defensive play, loss of 5 yards.
3rd down and 13. Warriors back at their 15-yard line. As Gravine has the snap. He's back to throw. He's looking long to the far side into double coverage, and it's incomplete. Berwick with good coverage that time.
Cleaver and Estrella, both in the area. Cleaver has him man-to-man working the sideline. Estrella coming over from free safety to help out. Ball might have been thrown out of bounds to the point where no matter what Kopechny did, he wasn't going to be able to make the catch, but the coverage prevented any type of pass that could have been, fought for.
4th down and 13. And Gavin Feeney back to do the punting, standing back at the Warriors' 2-yard line. Gavin Galusha, Brady Cleaver, deep for Berwick. Good snap. Kick is away. Comes up short. Berwick will let it bounce. Takes a big hop. Cleaver then picks it up, and he'll be buried back at the Berwick 49-yard line. Good coverage downfield for the Warriors. 32 yards on the punt, no return. 2:56 to go in the third. Berwick takes over a great field position, leading Wyoming area 28-6.
Cleaver picked it up on the bounce. I don't know if I'd have coached him to do that. It gets a little dangerous, but he felt secure with the possession. Donovan Miller down there for Wyoming area quickly wraps him up.
So the Bulldogs take over. Again, the last possession, Ty Wilkerson, shaken up, had to come off. And in one play, Gavin Galusha went the distance as his replacement. And Wilkerson's back in there. He was playing safety on Berwick's last defensive series. And he is in there as the running back. Berwick at their own 49-yard line.
Wilkerson has 151 yards rushing on the game.
As Berwick will use a timeout. 2:56 to go in the third. 28-6 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle, Andy Lickney, Chris Algard from Crispin Field in Berwick. Matchup of two unbeaten teams, dominated by Berwick to this point. 2:56 remaining in the third. The Bulldogs lead 28-6, and following their timeout, they'll have the ball at their own 49-yard line as they move from our left to our right in this third quarter. Ty Wilkerson will be the running back. Everett Snyder, the fullback, ahead of him.
Well, that's a combination. Everett Snyder's having a tremendous game offensively, leading the blocking.
Brady Cleaver under center. Man in motion. It's Estrella, left to right. Play action. Cleaver back to throw. Big pass rush. He's rolling right, and he just throws it out of bounds. Good composure by the ninth grader, Donovan Miller. Came a long way to put the heat on Brady Cleaver.
Yes, they did, and I'm surprised there hasn't been much pressure coming through. We haven't seen a whole lot of penetration. All of a sudden, it's a non-running play, and there is a pass rush coming anyhow by two different players. Rolls away from one, can't really roll away from the other, tosses it aside.
2nd and 10. Berwick at their own 49. Nico Lonzinski, the center, over the football there. Out of the Wildcat, the direct snap to Ty Wilkerson, and he gets just a yard to midfield. So it will be a 3rd down and 9 for Berwick.
Stopped up in the line of scrimmage, and it might be Big Max Getsy, who was aside and able to reach in there with a hand. We have a player down for Berwick, Jim. They're stretching that calf out.
I remember at the Wyoming Valley Conference media guide in early August, looking around and seeing Max Getsy and thinking, I thought this was for high school players.
What's it, 6'5", 290 we're talking?
Yes.
Hasn't had a whole big role so far in this game. Now, you often don't notice offensively what blocking they're doing, but Berwick's been shutting down the run, and this is the first time we've seen him involved. I thought they moved him in closer to nose guard a little bit in the first half, and I wasn't quite understanding maybe so he can go both left and right from there, but he wasn't involved in a lot of plays.
Nico Lonzinski was the player injured, looked like a cramp. He comes to the sideline, and sophomore Henry Snyder, 5'10", 230-pounder, who has seen some starting action at the center position, will fill in for Nico on this 3rd down and 9. Bulldogs at midfield.
Do we see a passing play? We've seen 3 so far called by C.J. Curry for his quarterback, Brady Cleaver.
Cleaver out of the gun. Wilkerson to his right. Man in motion left to right. That's Caleb May. And rolling right is Brady Cleaver. Looks downfield, fires. May comes back, and as it knocked out of his hands at the 45-yard line, Trustin Johnson on the coverage. And the punt team will come on for Berwick.
Yeah, if he didn't get it knocked out of his hands, he probably would have been 2 yards short. Johnson was right there to drag him down. Really nice defensive coverage by Trustin Johnson.
And Johnson, along with Champy, deep, anticipating the punt from Caleb Yost. Berwick leads in 28-6, 2:32 to go in this third quarter. Yost has done a great job punting this season. Has punts of 53 and 58 yards. Gets the snap. Gets the kick away. Line drive kick fielded at the 19-yard line. Hit, fumble the football, and Wyoming area able to get on it the way they're fortunate. There was a big hit on the return man. Ball popped loose and went right to the other return man.
Yeah, Chompy took it and went up to the right side. And boy, there was a pop on him. I'm not sure if it was a helmet on the football, but it bounced away about 10 yards in the air, but as you mentioned, to the other return man, Johnson, who was able to fall on it. Do we have an injured player again, Jim, down the far side?
And a line drive punt that usually is a return. Great coverage by the Berwick special teams.
Yeah, Trustin Johnson, who did recover that fumble, because he tried to get off the field, might have went down to the ground. It's not the area where he was tackled.
Want to remind you that the Bulldogs will be on the road to take on Nanticoke next Friday night as Trustin Johnson's on his feet and walks to the sideline. Be Berwick's first trip to Nanticoke since 1988, which marked the debut of Andy Ulickney as analyst for Berwick football.
Nanticoke to Norfolk was that weekend. I remember it well, Jim.
Yes, the Huskies of Bloomsburg played the next day in Norfolk, Virginia. We made it. 1st and 10.
Remember the chicken sandwiches.
From the 23-yard line, Wyoming area, with the football. Back to throw is Gravine. Fires long downfield, incomplete. Intended for Kopechny. Good coverage by the safety Ty Wilkerson to help out Caleb May.
May was in position behind him, and the ball was going to be overthrown. Kopechny kind of backed on into him, and there was a little push, but there's nothing you really could throw a flag on as the ball was uncatchable.
2nd and 10. Warriors at their own 23-yard line.
Jim, I remember the chicken sandwiches because there was bones in the chicken between the bread.
Yeah, that was the most memorable thing about that game. 2nd down and 10. Toss, sweep left side. There's some running room. And a gain over the 35 to the 40 to the 45. Ronald James over midfield to the Berwick 49-yard line. So a quick hitter to Ronald James. And he picks up good yardage to midfield. 27 yards altogether before Gabe Decker can make the stop.
Gabe Decker was trying to punch the ball loose once or twice, and then eventually said, you know what, I better tackle this guy and forget about the potential for an interception. What was the length on that, Jim? 25?
27 to midfield, 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Under 2 minutes now to go in the 3rd quarter. Kopechny is wide to the left side. Gravine's going to carry it himself. Goes off the right side, ridden out of bounds across the way. We'll see where they mark it.
Skylar Neville caught him from the defensive end position as the guy got around him, used the sideline, and tossed him into the Wyoming area, players area. Not a bad play. Again, they want to try to use Gravine a little bit more. It was a second half adjustment to get that running quarterback on track, but not really getting a whole lot. They'll give him about 3 on that.
Jack Gravine came into this game averaging 9 yards a carry. He's under center on 2nd down and 7. Wide receiver to either side, backs in an open set. Gravine again on the carry off the right side. And we'll see where they mark it. But close to a 1st down yardage. I think he's going to come up just short.
Yeah, nice design to the play. He's running along with the back trailing him like he might pitch it as a sweep. Wasn't quite an option play because he planned to bend it up in the C-gap inside the tight end. Blocked in that. About 2 yards short, but a nice look to the play. He'll get him 5.
3rd down and 2. Warriors at the Bulldog 42. Backs in an open set. Jack Gravine going to carry it himself off the right side. The 1st down and then some. Inside the Berwick 35 to the 34-yard line. So the running quarterback effective. Ty Wilkerson makes a stop from his safety position.
Little counter spin by the quarterback. He turned all the way from left to the backfield and then ran to the right. That action kind of fooled the defenders a little bit. Opened that same C-gap over on the right side. Got to see where they're putting Josh Maruck. They like to run toward him as he's a player who can make things happen.
8 yards on the carry by Jack Gravine. 1st and 10. Wyoming area at the Berwick 34-yard line. Gravine out of the gun. He'll keep it himself again off the left side, and he carries Brock Sims to the 30, maybe the 29-yard line.
It seems simple, but they put the challenge to the offensive lineman. Hey, give us the seam. The quarterback running adds deception into the play, and they've been moving the ball well.
And that will be the final play of the third quarter here at Crispin Field. With the score, Berwick 28 and Wyoming Area 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Planning for the future doesn't have to be complicated. Attorney Nick Lutz of Cardinal Estate Planning in Berwick will guide you every step of the way. Whether it's protecting your assets, setting up a trust, or ensuring your family is cared for, Cardinal Estate Planning provides personalized solutions for you and your family's needs. Call or sign up on their website to attend a free educational workshop that will give you an understanding of the process and peace of mind knowing your legacy is in good hands. Visit them online at cardinalestateplanning.com. Let them help you plan for tomorrow today.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
We start the fourth quarter of this matchup of unbeatens at Crispin Field. Berwick leading Wyoming Area 28-6. It'll be the seventh play of the drive for the Warriors. It's now reached the Berwick 30-yard line. Wyoming Area moving from our left to our right, facing a 2nd down and 6.
Halftime adjustment was to get their quarterback, Jack Ravine, the leading ground gainer on the team, leading rusher, much more involved, and he's become more involved, especially in this drive. I think he's had the last 5 carries.
He is awaiting the shotgun snap from the 30-yard line. Has it, fakes handoff, hit behind the line, back at the 34-yard line. Everett Snyder with a big defensive play from the nose position. Nick Champy had the call.
Yeah, they used Champion, the Wildcat, as they came out from the stoppage. Tried to fool people, but still the man in the quarterback position doing the running, and a good stop by Berwick.
What a season Everett Snyder's having.
Oh.
Senior, number 2 on the team in tackles coming in. Had 9 tackles for loss. Got one there. And now it's 3rd down and 10. Wyoming Area. Moving from our left to our right in this final period. They have it at the Berwick 34-yard line.
Snyder's versatility is impressive. In this game, they're running a 5-2, and he's been playing at nose guard. Last week, he excelled from the linebacker position.
Kopechny wide to the right. And Wyoming Area will use a timeout. 11:08 remaining. 28-6 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick football on Pop Radio.
Do you suffer from tired, achy, heavy legs? Are you looking to elevate your performance and style? Discover the perfect fusion of fashion and function at the Compression Shop of Berwick. If you're looking for medical or athletic compression wear, if you're looking to power through your workday, or you're looking to recover post-workout, the Compression Shop has personalized consultations, and most of the products are try before you buy. All military get 10% off every day. The Compression Shop Berwick, West Front Street. Check out their Facebook page.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WVWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Southern Mountains media station. WHLM Bloomsburg.
11:08 to go in this one. Wyoming Area with the ball at the Berwick 34-yard line. Following the timeout, they face a 3rd down and 10. Berwick leads this one 28-6.
Champion, the Wildcat, Jim.
He takes the snap, back to throw. He's looking. Here comes a rush. He's going to keep the football, and he's tackled in the open field. Boy, that's a nice tackle in the open field by Brock Sims at the 30.
Yeah. He was able to get around the defensive end who thought he had a chance at a sack. It was an interesting snap in the Wildcat. He took 2 steps forward like, I'm going to run this. Then he took 2 steps back, I'm passing it. And as the people adjusted the pass rush, he was able to get outside. So for Brock Sims to scrape laterally and stay with him, that was a tremendous play.
4th and 7. Wyoming Area. perhaps their last gasp in this one as they have it at the Berwick 31-yard line. Gravine under center, play action is back to throw and looking long downfield, and he has a man, and he gets it for the touchdown. Gravine on target to Josh Baruch, his tight end, 31 yards for the score.
Yeah, he had nice protection. Again, how many people do you have to worry about covering? You worry about Kopechny, you worry about other people in the receiving corps. Now, tight end's able to release. He's been doing a lot of blocking in the course of this game. He, too, has nice size at 6'2". He got a step behind the corner, and he was able to catch it in the end zone.
Now, they missed on their first extra point attempt. We'll see if they go for two here. No, they're going to go with the kicker as Gavin Feeney comes on. Kopechny will hold. And the snap is there. The hold is there. And Feeney's kick is up, and the kick is through. Timeout on the field. 10:16 remaining in the game. Berwick, 28. Wyoming area, 13. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Berwick State Farm agents, Sean Black at insureberwick.com and Lori Powell at loripowell.net.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
10:16 remaining in the game. 28-13 now as the Berwick lead. And Andy, is it too early to start thinking in terms of an onside kick here? Wyoming area hasn't really stopped Berwick on the ground. I don't know that they can afford to have Berwick get the ball and maybe run off 5 or 6 minutes.
I'll agree with you, Jim. Berwick's not thinking about it. They might start cheating people up a little bit. Just 4 men across the front, the 3 next lane, 10 yards deep still. Ball's going to be kicked from the middle of the field, set up standard on the tee.
Gavin Feeney will do the honors following his extra point kick. Approaches the ball, and there is the onside kick. Berwick scrambles for it at the 44-yard line, and they were able to get on it. It was the onside kick attempt, and Berwick makes the recovery. Look like Skylar Neville got on the football.
Yes, he did. He came up from that next line behind the original line. It was a good onside kick attempt. He got everyone running with him. He kicked it along the ground, got the 10 yards he needed, got it to 15. And at that point, it was going to be a fight for the football, but Skylar Neville coming up his 10 yards, able to get a good recovery on that bouncing football.
The ball at the 44-yard line. So that's where the Bulldogs will put it in play in their own territory. Perhaps one long drive from putting this one away. Wilkerson gets the call off the right side, follows his blocking, still on his feet, and gets about 5 to the 49-yard line. Put his hand right on a blocker who was leading the way.
Draven Geiger was pulling to lead up the hole. The 2 up backs telegraphing the point of attack over the right tackle. Draven Geiger also pulling from the left side to lead it up in that direction. Berwick continues to go with power football, and he'll gain another 5 yards.
And it's amazing. It looks like there's nothing there, and there's 5 and 6 and 7-yard gains for Ty Wilkerson. 2nd and 5. Bulldogs at their own 49. 2 blocking backs to the left. Wilkerson deep in the backfield as the lone running back. Gets the call, follows those blockers. And good defense by the Warriors, holds it to a gain of a yard or 2 into Wyoming area territory at the 48.
Yeah, Berwick again giving a push, though. Henry Snyder still in there at center, snapping the ball. Draven Geiger wrapping around him from right to left to lead the blocking, but only 2 yards this time for Wilkerson.
So 3rd down and 3. Berwick at the Wyoming area 49-yard line. Clock running, 8:55 to go. Berwick leading 28-13. Blocking backs are to the right. Cleaver under center. Wilkerson deep in the backfield for this 3rd down and 3. Long count. Wilkerson gets it off the right side. Has the first down, then some. Down the sideline, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Ty Wilkerson, 48 yards for the score.
He had 157, so give him 205 on the game. Jimmy, you called it. The backs were stacked to the right. Again, they're pulling linemen to get interference in that area. He gets through the initial line of scrimmage without a whole lot. He still has blocking backs. And at a certain point, he asks, hey, guys, get out of the way. I see the end zone. And he turns on the jets and takes it that 48 yards.
Caleb Yost will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ashton Smith. Gabe Decker does the long snapping for the Bulldogs.
4 in a row, aiming for 5.
His kick is up, and his kick is good. Time out of the field, 8:30 to go. Berwick 35, Wyoming area 13. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
In case you haven't noticed, it's that time of year when it gets chillier every day. Is your vehicle ready? Let MasterTech Auto Services of Berwick winterize your car and ensure your precious cargo stays safe. They have a great selection of brand name tires, and you can save 25% on mounting and balancing when you buy a set of 4. MasterTech Auto Services will do their best to get you in and out the same day. Schedule an appointment now at MasterTechAutoBerwick.com with Saturdays now available. Saving you money every step of the way. MasterTech Auto Services in Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Wyoming area hoped to get back in the game and made a nice touchdown pass from Jack Ravine to Josh Baruch. Berwick comes right back. 3 plays. The 3rd play, a 48-yard touchdown run by Ty Wilkerson. And with 8:30 to go, it's Berwick 35 and Wyoming area 13.
Wilkerson, 23 carries, 205 yards against an undefeated team that came in here 5-0.
And an undefeated team that was giving up 64 yards a game to the opposition. How impressive
he
is
will
that?
credit, and he should credit, his offensive line and his blocking backs.
Kick along the turf, takes a high hop, the return to the 30, and out to about the 42-yard line as the return was by Drew Keating. And Berwick with pretty good coverage down there on the short kick. Brett Eisenhower in on the play. So Wyoming area gets it back, but boy, it's got to be disheartening for them to get a touchdown, still with time left. You're still in the game, and then Wilkerson just takes that away.
The blocking's there. He's going to use those blockers. He ran it patiently until he said, hey, there's the seam. Out of my way, guys. I have a sprint to the end zone for this last 40-some yards.
Wyoming area at their own 42-yard line. Trustin Johnson goes off the field at the last moment. Jack Ravine threw a touchdown pass on their last possession. Awaits the shotgun snap, and he's back to throw. And pump fake, and he's looking long. Over the middle, he has Kopechny, and he's down to the 20-yard line.
Wow.
Alex Estrella with the stop. What a beautiful pass and catch.
Really was nice. He was on the left side, and he decided to run a post, but he kept himself away from Estrella, who was backing up as a free safety. So Bloomsburg may have been in his zone. He was able to get between the 2 zones, between the corner and the safety. And again, if you throw up a ball for him, he's going to come down with it, even if there is coverage. And Berwick really wasn't as close as they needed to be.
38 yards on the reception from the 20-yard line. The call off the right side, running hard, and a gain down to about the 13-yard line.
Champy, number 19, been playing very hard. Knows football, Jim. He runs with an authority. It doesn't matter what the score is. He's going as hard as he can behind that blocking. He'll get a good 8 yards on that.
Yeah, there's no quit in this Wyoming area team. You're going to have to play to the very end against the Warriors, who have the ball now at the Berwick 12-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Gravine under center. Champy is the fullback. Ben Gravine is the fullback in the I. Champy off the left side gets tripped up. He's got to about the 10. Looked like a decent hole off that left side.
Yeah, the C gap really did open. Fullback was leading him through, but somehow, whether it was the back heel of his tackle or his tight end, something caught his toe, and he was unable to go and unable to make the chains.
Got to the 11. 3rd down and 1 at the Berwick 11. I formation, Champy the tailback. Quarterback keeper straight ahead by Jack Gravine. Good second effort by him. We'll get the first down to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, he should get it on his forward progress. He did not have it originally, just going over the right leg of the center. But after the push, he wasn't wrapped. He spun, came to the right side, and that forward progress will give him the chains. They'll lay the chains down as they have a 1st and goal.
Right at the 10-yard line. 6:23, clock running. Berwick, 35, Wyoming area 13. Warriors, though, threatening at the Bulldog 10. Champy gets the call, running hard, brought down from behind at about the 7-yard line. Gabe Decker from his defensive end position, making the stop.
They're making a very conscious attempt to use their size. They're trying to run behind Max Getze, the 290-pounder. And outside of him at tight end is Josh Maruk, 2 of their stellar athletes. And they're going to meet with some success as they do that.
2nd and goal at the Berwick 7. Kopechny wide to the left. I formation. It gives to Ben Gravine, and he's going nowhere. He'll not get back to the line of scrimmage. Brock Sims among the people in on the play. Skylar Neville there as well.
Fullback took the ball on a quick hitter as people have been keying through to Champy, who's been at the tailback position. But Berwick stuffing the gaps, able to come up strong on that play.
3rd and goal at the 8-yard line. Warriors moving from our left to our right. Now Trustin Johnson is lined up as the fullback. And back to throw is Gravine. There's the fade to the big guy in the corner, and it's knocked down incomplete. Good help from the safety. Ty Wilkerson got his hands on it.
Caleb May had good inside position, but again, on a jump ball with that guy, you're often going to lose. When you get a big fellow like Ty Wilkerson come over, who has a little more height, he's going to help you knock that ball away as he goes 6'2", and he's very athletic.
Here is a 4th down and goal. Wyoming area at the Berwick 8-yard line. Champy is the running back.
Think you got to think a pass. Keep an eye on Maruk. Keep an eye on Kopechny.
Kopechny's wide to the right. Gravine under center. Back to throw. Looking. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Incomplete. Berwick will take over the football. Good stand by the Bulldogs.
Good goal line stand. You know, Wyoming area is certainly not quitting. They're making the plays. They got it down inside the red zone. But Berwick's D comes up strong when it's 1st and goal from the 10 and prevents the chance of a score.
So the Bulldogs can put this one on ice with 4:50 remaining, and they have the lead at 35-13.
They're huddling with Coach C.J. Curry. Again, a lot of these guys are two-way players, and boy, it's got to be physically taxing and fatiguing at this point. You can see they could use a little bit of juice here as they want to get the ball out of the red zone in the opposite end of the field.
Bulldogs 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. I formation. Cleaver gives the ball to Galusha and gets maybe a yard to the 9-yard line.
Cleaver struggled a little bit with the initial snap. He was happily able to secure it and then hand it to Galusha on a rather vanilla play up the middle, but the timing thrown off as the snap wasn't caught very easily.
How dominant has Berwick been tonight? Well, Wyoming area gives up 11 points a game. Berwick has 35 on the board. And Wyoming area scores over 36 points a game. Bulldogs have held them in check. They have just 13. So it's been just a total effort, both sides of the football for Berwick. 2nd and 9. Bulldogs at their 9. Cleaver, toss, sweep, left side. Galusha stacked up. He'll get to the 10, and that's all. 3rd down and 8 coming.
Ben Gravine, playing at linebacker, has been aggressive throughout the game. He scraped down on the sweep. When the seam came at him, he went up and was able to meet Galusha on a good defensive play by the linebacker.
Ty Wilkerson may be in there at safety. He's not likely to get any more carries in this game.
No, I wouldn't think. I have him with 23 carries for 205 yards. And again, against the toughest team he's faced so far this year.
Here is a 3rd down and 8. Berwick at their own 10. Cleaver under center. Almost got Wyoming area to jump across. They get back. And the call goes straight ahead. Good effort out near the first down yardage.
Everett Snyder at fullback, Jim, awarded with the carry. In a way, if you looked at tape, he might be the MVP of the game for the blocking he's done to spring Ty Wilkerson and for his defensive play from nose guard throughout this game.
On a 3rd down and 8, Snyder gets the call and gets 8. And the Bulldogs keep that clock running. 2:48 remaining. Stay with us after the game. Andy will have all the numbers for you. And Chris Algard will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard for weekend number 6. Snyder again the call, this time stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Again, staying rather vanilla. You want to make sure you're not fumbling the ball, so you want to go with safe plays, limited handoffs, pretty much in between the tackles since they've been trying to kick it out from with their backs to the goal.
2nd and 10, Bulldogs at the 18-yard line. Much anticipated matchup of unbeatens, and Berwick by far having the best of it here tonight.
Yes, they have a physically dominating game. Jim, I can't say enough about the offensive line. And you got to mention all those players by name to give them credit, then add those power backs and tight ends to the blocking schemes.
2nd down call coming. Cleaver goes back and goes on a knee and then is hit after he took the knee.
Yeah, what happened, Jim, is it was a bad snap. I think the snap came back late. He realized everyone else is moving. I have the ball. I have no one to hand it to. So he did a little pirouette and about 2-3 yards behind went down. Defense playing aggressively, ends up landing on top of him.
Yes, 6'5" and 290 ending up on top of him. Max Getzey was there.
He's a tough kid.
So clock winding down. Berwick, 3rd and long, back at their 13-yard line.
Watch Cleaver trying to get wide.
Nope. Gives the ball off. Slippage, and right about the line of scrimmage, Galusha goes down, and the punt team will come on for the Bulldogs as we're under a minute to go in the game. Bulldogs on the road at at Nanticoke next Friday. For Wyoming area, they have a home game against Hanover area. But again, the power rankings in District 2 AAA this week, Wyoming area had just a slight edge over Berwick. So Bulldogs will move into that top spot. Boy, if you can get that top seed, that is huge. You are home for as long as you last in the district playoffs. Could be as many as 3 games. Yost back at his goal line. Gets the kick away. Fielded at the Berwick 45 and down to the 41-yard line.
Chompy makes a daring catch and is able to step forward with it. Gabe Decker, coming from the other side as a gunner, is able to get a hand on him and twist him on down to the ground.
33 yards on the punt, 4 yards on the return. 8 seconds remaining in this one. Andy, I like a lot of these Wyoming area players, and I like Nick Champy's toughness.
I like the way he plays, Jim. He's had a strong game offensively and defensively. You can really see the competitiveness in him.
So chance for one play for the Warriors from the Berwick 41-yard line. Gravine under center will hand off straight ahead, and Berwick will get a tackle from a player that just came in the game. It's Chris Bowman. As the game ends and Berwick celebrates a terrific regular season victory. The final score, Berwick 35, 5 and Wyoming area 13. Stay with us for the post-game show. I'll have the scoring. Andy will have the stats, and Chris Algard will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard. 35-13 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick football on Pop Radio.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
What's worse than being broken down on the side of the road, and who's going to fix it without disrupting your life and cash flow? Since 2023, Wolfie's Automotive, 435 Washington Street, Berwick, has been keeping drivers on the road with the best prices and the shortest lead times. From large and extensive repairs to routine oil changes and even auto detail, they are honest, dependable, and will have you back in business in no time. Wolfie's Automotive in Berwick, the local, trustworthy mechanic. Just see it for yourself.
Looking for convenient and reliable waste disposal? If you need residential, curbside pickup, or dumpster rentals, EcoFirst Logistics full-service trash service has you covered from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. They're designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly, ensuring what can be saved is sorted out. EcoFirst Logistics also offers roll-off dumpsters for all your construction, demolition, and junk hauling needs. Visit them online or call EcoFirst Logistics, a proud supporter of the Berwick Bulldogs.
Hey guys, this is Ray,
Chad,
and
Chad! Up and up.
So anyway, we're having too much fun here, like you will too if you go to buy a car. We can't even finish a commercial, but if you want a great deal, go to blazegmhazelton.com.
Yeah. On a more serious note, remember we have the lowest price guaranteed.
Or we'll give you $1,000.
Planning for the future doesn't have to be complicated. Attorney Nick Lutz of Cardinal Estate Planning in Berwick will guide you every step of the way. Whether it's protecting your assets, setting up a trust, or ensuring your family is cared for, Cardinal Estate Planning provides personalized solutions for you and your family's needs. Call or sign up on their website to attend a free educational workshop that will give you an understanding of the process and peace of mind knowing your legacy is in good hands. Visit them online at cardinalestateplanning.com. Let them help you plan for tomorrow today.
Ready to tackle your financial goals? First Keystone Community Bank invites you to play smart with your savings. Lock in a 182-day CD at 4.50% APY annual percentage yield to enjoy the winning combination of security, high interest, and short-term convenience. Go for the goal with a First Keystone Community Bank CD. For more information, visit fkc.bank. Minimum balance to earn APY is $5,000. Terms apply. Member FDIC.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Bulldogs of Berwick just breaking the huddle around head coach C.J. Curry down below us to our right. They can hardly contain their excitement, and why not? Battle of unbeatens. They win handily here tonight at Crispin Field, 35-13 over Wyoming area. Berwick got things going right off the opening kickoff. Put together a 5-play, 77-yard drive, capped on a 51-yard touchdown run by freshman quarterback Brady Cleaver. Caleb Yost with the extra point. 7-0 Bulldogs, 9:24 to go in the first. Second possession for Berwick. 7-play, 60-yard drive. Brady Cleaver again, this time from 13 yards out. Caleb Yost with the extra point. 14-0 Berwick after 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, Wyoming area had driven to the Berwick 11-yard line. But on a 4th down and 9, the pass went incomplete. Berwick took over and put together a great drive. Starting on their 11, they drove to the 9-yard line of Wyoming area. But then the game turned around. On a 3rd and 4, a fumble by Brady Cleaver recovered by Wyoming area. And the next play, an 89-yard touchdown pass, Jack Gravine to Luke Kopechny. The extra point failed, but with 5:02 to go in the half, Berwick's lead was cut to 14-6, and that lead held up through halftime. In the third quarter, Wyoming area took the second half kickoff, got to their own 46-yard line, faced a 4th and 2, and took a gamble. They went with a straight running play. Donovan Miller was stuffed by J.J. Leonard. And Berwick put together a 7-play, 45-yard scoring drive. Ty Wilkerson in from 2 yards out for his 18th rushing touchdown of the season. Caleb Yost with the extra point. Berwick extend their lead to 21-6, 7:31 to go in the third. Later in that quarter, Wyoming area in Berwick territory, Brock Sims recovered a fumble at the Bulldog 48-yard line. Later in that possession, Ty Wilkerson had to go to the sideline with an apparent injury. Gavin Galusha came in and ran 43 yards up the gut for a touchdown. Caleb Yost with the extra point. Berwick 28-6 after 3. In the fourth, Wyoming area got on the board. Nice 31-yard touchdown pass. Jack Gravine to his tight end, Josh Maruk. Ronald James had a 27-yard run on that 9-play, 77-yard drive. Gavin Feeney with the extra point. Wyoming area back in it, perhaps. Trailing 28-13 with 10:16 to go, but that did not last. 3 plays later, after Berwick recovered an onside kick, Ty Wilkerson races down the far sideline, 48 yards for the score. Caleb Yost with the extra point. That would be all of the scoring. Berwick wins it 35-13. The stats and other scores when we return. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Looking for Berwick's hometown realtor? Meet Janae Kalarko of eXp Realty. She loves sports, family, friends, and helping you sell or buy your dream home. Janae works 24/7 to get you the best value and the perfect home. And she makes the process fun, stress-free, and full of good laughs. That's the Janae way. Call or text Janae Kalarko with eXp Realty today. And don't forget to follow her on TikTok and Instagram for tips and real estate updates. Janae Kalarko, eXp Realty, your hometown realtor who works hard and makes it fun.
We've all been there, faced with a physical setback. Whether you've suffered a sports injury that takes you out of the game, or your aches and pains are keeping you from doing what you love, we all want the same thing, to get your life back. Thankfully, you can trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. At Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
In case you haven't noticed, it's that time of year when it gets chillier every day. Is your vehicle ready? Let MasterTech Auto Services of Berwick winterize your car and ensure your precious cargo stays safe. They have a great selection of brand name tires, and you can save 25% on mounting and balancing when you buy a set of 4. MasterTech Auto Services will do their best to get you in and out the same day. Schedule an appointment now at MasterTechAutoBerwick.com with Saturdays now available. Saving you money every step of the way. MasterTech Auto Services in Berwick.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
Chapin Oil in Escapec has been keeping your families warm and comfortable for generations. But Chapin Oil is much more than just heating oil. You'll also find a full-service gas station with ethanol-free fuel, plus a cozy coffee shop serving up the best lattes and espresso, and fresh-baked treats and donuts every day. Stop by, grab a treat, and say hello to your friends at Chapin Oil in Escapec, proud supporters of the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Not only does Berwick win this battle of unbeatens, but they do it in convincing fashion. 35-13 over previously unbeaten Wyoming area. Stats in tonight's game, Andy Oligney.
Now, the stats are a credit to the play of the offensive line, Jim, and I just want to mention them. J.J. Leonard, Draven Geiger, Nico Lonzinski, and Henry Snyder at the centers, Matt Gordner and Mike Perry, and then add in those power backs, Gabe Decker and Everett Snyder, very visible in this game. So the numbers that Ty Wilkerson puts up, the numbers that we're going to see out of Gavin Galusha on some limited carries, the numbers of Brady Cleaver, those guys earned those yards for those running backs. For Wyoming area, 313 yards, 199 in the air, 114 on the ground. They have an impressive receiver in Luke Kopechny. He finishes the game with just 3 catches, but 150 yards on those 3 catches. Josh Maruk has 2 catches for 36, including a 31-yard touchdown for him. So quarterback Jack Gravine, who did a nice job throwing and running the ball, he had 6 completes and 14 attempts for 199 yards. The team ran for 114. I'll mention Jack Gravine, the quarterback. He had 10 carries for 31. Trustin Johnson had 10 carries for 17. Nick Ciampi, who we mentioned is having a strong game, 10 carries for 62. Donovan Miller had 1 carry, 4 yards on that. So I have them with 114 on the ground, 119 in the air, 313 for the Wyoming area Warriors. Passes were both in the first. Pass out of the backfield, 5 yards for him. On the ground, Brady Cleaver had 9 carries for 90 yards. Very strong running for the freshman quarterback. Team lost a fumble, -1 on that. Everett Snyder, 2 carries for 8. Gavin Galusha, he ended up with 4. The middle, and Gavin Galusha made the most of it with a 43-yard touchdown burst. Beautiful run by Gavin Galusha. Tymir Wilkerson, we have 23 carries, 200 and finishing with the long runs, and it can't be overstated. 20. Left to play. On his career, he's going to be about 100 yards short of 2,000. I have his career mark at 1,903 yards. Jim, an extremely impressive game by Berwick.
It was indeed, as they win convincingly in a matchup of 2 unbeaten teams. 35-13 is the final here. For an update on other scores on weekend number 6 of this 2025 regular season, Chris Algarn.
Yeah, Jim, taking a look at the rest of this out-of-town scoreboard. Pittston area ahead of Crestwood 47-14. That game in the third. A final at North Pocono. North Pocono defeating Dallas 35-14. Lake Lehman with a 42-0 win over Nanticoke, who Berwick will see next week. Hanover area with a 42-0 win over Tunkhannock. Wilkes-Barre area ahead of Hazleton area 35-6. That game in the fourth quarter. Mid-Valley ahead of West Scranton 28-7 in the fourth quarter. Valley View with a 21-0 advantage over Scranton. That game in the third. A game, the Wyoming Valley West against Executive Education Academy. That game got pushed back to tomorrow night, a kickoff at 7 p.m. at Executive Education Academy. Bloomsburg with a 48-13 win over Midwest. Montoursville 42-0. They are leading Central Columbia in the third. Danville taking a loss to Southern Columbia 41-21. Jersey Shore ahead of Williamsport 61-28. That game just in the third quarter. Mifflinburg with a 49-7 win over Milton. Mount Carmel, a big win, 41-13 over Hughesville. Shamokin staying unbeaten with a defeat over Selinsgrove, 57-12. They moved to 6-0 on the year. And Shikellamy with a 14-7 win over Central Mountain. That's it for your out-of-town scoreboard for Week 6.
Thank you very much, Chris. With the loss tonight, Wyoming area falls to 5-1.